You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. Whoa,
how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream, boys. Hope all of you are having a beautiful weekend today. We got ourselves more duels up and coming, and that's going to be quite a bit of fun. We got them on an A today. Yesterday was EU. Today is the good old NA. So hopefully we'll have some fun on NA as well. How are you guys doing? Chicago 9, Noko, Archeorc, Kren the Beautiful. How are you guys all doing this evening? Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful. I guess it is evening because I was gonna say maybe morning, but it's not EU. Well, actually, unless you're EU, then I guess it is somewhat AM. And otherwise morning. Yo, boys, let's get these duels up and running. Yeah, dude, let me get the music back in here as well. Lower down to about here, lower down to about, yeah, should be good potentially. Yeah. Yo, dude, I'm excited, man. Evening Dad, boy, what's up, Immortal Football? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. I'm excited, man. We've had a couple of weeks of season 2 so far. It's 11 p.m. Yo, yeah, it's evening. It's basically close to morning, though. I appreciate you guys for hanging in, especially those boys over on the EU, man. I really do. Alrighty, let's see if we got any groups up and running today, boys. Also, I got Diablo 2 beta after watching a Twitch stream. I think it's Fextra Life. They did a lot of like the wikis for what is it called? Divinity Original Sin 2, and there was a couple other games in there too. I don't really know what other games they call. I guess like old RPGs or whatever. They have a YouTube channel called Fextra Life. It's Extra Life with an F in front of it. So I just gotta let the stream on in the background. And I might be playing some Diablo 2 tonight. Not on stream, but like in my free time or whatever. I think that'd be kind of fun to try. Just because I'm not... It's a game that I remember playing as a kid, right? As a young lad, and I had no idea what Diablo was. I barely knew what a video game was. I would just come over to my cousin's house back in Russia and hop on his computer. He had StarCraft, he had Diablo in there, he had Counter-Strike, he had like this wrestling game. He had a bunch of games on his PC, right? And I was a kid, I had no idea like how a computer works. I just knew that I like games a ton. You know? He had a PC. We did have a PC at our house, so we'd come over and we'd be like, oh, okay. I guess we could come over and play some games. So 5V5 Ori, let's go, my God. Let's go, bald. Sounds good, my man. Finally came in. What's up, Ariel? How you doing, my guy? Это Америка или Европа? Америка сегодня архи, Европа пятница, Америка суббота. Сегодня у меня суббота. Привет, Dalaran. Здорово, Isai. Здорово, my dog. Hey, how you doing, my man? Yo, I mean, I guess if we got a lot of EU boys, we could maybe do a half and half, do some duels on an A, do some duels on the EU. We just got that many EU boys on, but I want to give an A the opportunity to play, you know what I mean? Or you got a group, we just need a second group, whether it is Chicago, whether it is Flexing, whether whoever wants to make a second NA group, and that's all we need to get some duels up and running. But yeah, back to my story. That's like when I first got to play Diablo, and I remember just running around and having fun clicking things, but I never got to like explore and really play the game, play the chapters, the acts, you know, the itemization, the gear of a character, none of that, right? So I'm gonna try hanging out playing the beta for a bit. It has 2 first acts available. I want to see if that's something that I would be interested in to like actually play, but it looks good. It looks good. Sub down almost 2.4 core scale or MM plus. Yo, what's up, Atho? That's a pretty fat score, dude. I think mine is only 2100. I really need to like push some actual 20s though. Like I haven't actually, out of all the things that I've been able to do, I have not been able to push 20s whatsoever. I want to do it at some point, but yeah, I need to just get together with guildies, dude. I need to get together with guildies. Dude, we've been raiding, what is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, now Friday, overtiming, killed Painsmith, by the way, got the fist weapon, huge, killed a Guardian in 9 pulls or something, gonna be Fate Scribe Tuesday, and then hopefully into KT Wednesday, and then starting work on Sylvanas Thursday. I think that'd be pretty fantastic. But yeah, I haven't been doing keys as on my rogue as much as I should be. Like I got all my best in slot pieces for PvE, so I've really calmed down on keys, right? I got my vial, I got my now fist weapon from Painsmith. Like I only need Sylvanas Dagger offhand, normal or heroic, and then I have all my best in slot pieces. I got my bonus gems, so I just need to kill some bosses, kill some elites from the new raid, and get enough cinders, and then buy the gem groups. Our group said I'm level 242. We kind of slightly undergeared. Yeah, we with my guild, most of us like get into like the 250 mark. I'm pretty sure by the Tuesday reset, everybody's gonna be 250 with like the weekly loot, mythic plus gear. Like some people that are unlucky might not be, but everybody's like 252 basically. Right? As we start killing Sylvanas and KT and then start farming that, then our gear is gonna be like really giga. You know what I mean? Ecclesiastes 1213. I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know what that is. Yo, do we have a second group over in NA, by the way? Do we have a second group over on the NA, boys? We got Bald with a group. Do we have Flexing start trying to make a second one? By the way, if you guys want to join or form a 5v5 group for PvP, this is how you do it. We have it in the chat, but also you can go player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find a group, top number 5 in the search. It looks like there's a second group by your boy Flexing getting formed. It looks like maybe Chicago has a group. 4 out of 5. Dude, Chicago needs one on Alliance, dude. So look up, do the same thing for Alliance, and you'll see Chicago's group as well. Come on, bro, start the battles. Yo, we just need 2 groups of 5 ready to go, dude. We need Chicago with 1 more. We need Flexing with 3 more, and then we're good to go for the day. Boys, we just need 2 groups of 5 to start the 5v5 1v1 duels, and then we can have quite a bit of fun with it as well. Yeah, we gotta. It's a community ran thing. We just need somebody to kickstart the groups, man. We just need somebody to kickstart the groups. On the EU, I feel like on an A it takes like what, maybe 30 minutes before we get a group up and running, which I think is mostly due to Saturday 5 p.m. window. Sometimes you get groups really quick. I mean, Chicago and Bald Basic have a group available. That's all we need, boys. That is all we need. I have no idea, Crud. I have no clue. Alrighty, boys. Can you add Ori? Someone. 21, what is it? 2128? Hold on, let me move these in the middle. Someone to 12608. Yeah, I can do that. Has Ori tried to add me before? I'm looking for someone. Someone special to me. Someone important. Where is he? No. Okay, I can add him. Someone. I'm adding someone, guys. Hold on. No, is my friends list full though? That's the question. Do we need to clear it? Do we need to clean it a little bit? 5 out of 5? Let's go, boys. Do we clean it? This is Snoopy's NA account. Does Snoopy actually still play as an NA account, or is that like not a thing? Schmitty. I think we moved Schmitty. Been 24 days. Rest in peace, Schmitty. Ruler Danny? Rest in peace, Ruler Danny. I'm just trying to clear my friends list just so I can actually add Ori. Because Ori is pretty much a regular for these duels. Nando. I don't want to remove Nando. But damn, 3 months? Nando's hasn't played in a while, huh? Maybe Nando returned at some point. Lionheart, 2 months? Really? Wait, is this Matux or is that not Matux? I think it's a different guy. I think it's Matux. Lucron, I actually know he's played recently. He just has his cell phone offline. Jana Tekmon. I don't know what that is actually. We'll clean that. Gyms. I feel bad removing gyms, so we're not gonna remove gyms. Alright, let me try add you again real quick. But we got a group, boys. Someone hashtag 12608. Is it capital sensitive? Someone. Okay, cool. Added. I don't know if that'll make a difference. Whether I added them or not already. Invite spectator match Bald and Chicago. Let's go, boys. Unless you're telling me I'm supposed to queue Ori. Which, if that's what you're saying. Ori, I tried to add him. Has Ori added me? Ori! Oi! Oh wait, here he is. No wonder. Okay, I do have Ori added. Alright, so is Ori the lead then for Bald's group? Is that what's going on? Snoopy used to play in there, but he probably is too busy with his other alts. He recently rolled Venthyr on one of his alts. Oh my, Venthyr Feral? Really? Is he actually giving Venthyr Feral a go? Yo, that is that's gonna be interesting to see. That's gonna be quite a lot of grind. But yeah. Hi, Dow. How are you? What's up, Corsair? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Damn. Yo, what's up, King? How you doing, my guy? Yo, Dal, what's up, Seth? How you doing, my dude? Hey, Dal, what Warlock spec is the best for 1+ and rating combined? Ori's lead? Okay, we'll keep Ori. Best spec for Mythic Plus and rating. Probably like... I want to say Destro. Chat. I want to say Destro. Yo, what's up? Invite spectator match someone in Chicago. Nice, we're cute. We're good, we're good, we're good boys. We're good boys. Let's go, dude. First duel of the NA. I want to say Destro, dude. I know Destro's pretty decent for rating, but I would imagine it's also pretty good in keys with Rain of Fire and Cleave. I know that Affliction's gotten a little bit better from Mythic Plus, but I think it mostly fell off in the rating scene. I could be wrong, maybe I'm speaking out of my ass, but I don't see my guildies play Affliction much. I see them playing single target purely as Demonology. Otherwise, I swap between Demo and Destro. So, based on my guildies, I want to say Destro potentially. What's up, Dove? How you doing, fam? Hope you are having a good one. Been a while. Hello, hello. Getting some duels up and around for the day. You're right on time. Is beating 2-1 teams in the Scuff, Bentley, Feral, no conduits, no Lego. Yo, Thondrion! Remember 3 months in a row? I know Thon has been around here for more than that. What the hell? Yo, can we get a hashtag Thondrion in chat? My man. Appreciate you, my guy. Am I spelling it right? Thondrion? There it is. Burning Tears. How you doing, my dude? Yo, I mean, Snoopy's a god, dude. It doesn't matter what company he's playing. Switch. First duel over of the NA, boys. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Dasleem. That's Steel. I got it so wrong. Goat SP. We got ourselves KLL Jr. Is that what it is? With Ori as well as skills. Gonna be first up. Going for the female orc model versus Sensei as a Windwalker. Monk versus Warrior. Crackling Jade Lightning Opener, as it is going to be a Necrolord Monk looking for the big spin to win. Skills, I'm not really sure what company he is, but we'll see if he's playing out anything new. Sensei just waiting up for skills, seeing if he might just want to walk in. Is he just waiting for him, just wants to charge him. Skills waiting for something. Going to be a Stormbolt into Sensei, trying to go for some damage with Avatar. Is getting himself Avatar as well as Recklessness, which is a Fury Warrior buff. With a Blade Storm to follow after Sensei try to get some pressure, some kind of counter pressure rolling versus skills. Parry up and running for the Warrior. Sensei getting hit with a fear as skills actually popping off lots of damage. It's going to be the Night Fae Aftershock getting knocked down onto Sensei, who's actually doing fine without burning Karma just yet. It looks like skills having to play this very, very defensively with a Soul Shape. Immediate leap as soon as the Offensive Fear locking him down. Has himself reflect, but looks like he's under quite a bit of pressure. Stormbolt onto Sensei. It looks like that is going to be the image is taken down. Your boy Skills after the rallying cry. Maybe Battle Masters falls off, which is super, super unfortunate. Ori going back to the Necrolord Boomy gameplay as an Arms Warrior versus a Windwalker. It is very difficult to counteract. Actually, very, very difficult. Ori go for a bit of a bow versus Sensei, letting him get a bit of a heal. Is going to be able to get the flaps early on. Does he give him some more mobility versus the Monk? Necro versus Necro. Sensei no longer with that Flesh Scout, which actually I think Flesh Scout held through majority of the duel versus Skills, which is extremely unfortunate. Going to be meat chicken for Ori, landing a Warstop Mitchell Cyclone onto Sensei. Ori without a trinket. Sensei could actually go for a good setup. Sensei tried to go for a bit of a Flash Scout. Immediate interrupt by Ori, as it's going to be the Bone Dust Brew getting not Bone Dust Brew. It is something else getting thrown at Ori as Ori activated Celestial Alignment, got himself extra damage increase, trying to use Flap in order to round the bend of that lip, and that's going to be Sensei burning away as Ori jumping down, quick in cap reversal onto the Boomkin. That's going to be Ori knocking the Sensei back as the Fist of Fury comes out, making sure to root the Monk at a good distance. He knows he's got mobility, trying to root him down. I don't know if Sensei probably just didn't have Triggers available for the time being. Ori getting the dots up and running. Sensei actually taking significant dot damage right now with a Rapture Fall. That's going to be flat for Ori, trying to see if he might be able to get himself some line of sight around the ramp as Sensei hanging out by the pillar, separating these two. Getting the Vivifies, that's a much needed Vivifies. Ori got quite a bit of the dot damage back as a Necrolord Boomkin. This thing, we already knew that there was going to be pretty big damage. We've seen it before. But the damage he's doing right now is actually just fantastic. Going to be a quick Cyclone onto Sensei. That's going to be a Hibernate onto Zuen. Ori just surprising us, hibernating Zuen. Except I don't think Hibernating Zoan works long at all. Sensei knocking Ori back into the bonus brew. What is that charge real quick? That was the craziest looking charge. Whack is like the speediest Tiger Palm legendary use ever. Sensei popping off Karma, trying to see if he might be able to reverse the Karma damage, reverse the Thorns damage through the Karma back to Ori. Ori making sure to get himself a full flesh count as Sensei got some, I guess, some defenses. That is going to be diffused magic. Can maybe reverse some dots back to Ori, and Ori should be able to bust through diffuse magic and get some more pressure rolling. That is going to be the swarm back on Sensei, taking down quite a bit, trying to go for a heal. That is going to be attempted interrupt by Ori. And Sensei is going to be silenced while he's standing in it, still trying to get himself some vilifies. Sensei was able to recover quite a lot of health. And also CB's used on his team a Dustborn Water Warlock Healthstone, which I believe that's what was used. Ori will go for the knockback, not quite getting it. Cyclone into, more stomp into Cyclone onto Sensei. Forced to trick it out of Ori, but so far Sensei has not been able to take advantage of the fact that Ori just has no outs out of a stun. Maybe Sensei might be able to get himself in about a minute, a bit of extra burst. Maybe something's coming up earlier than before, earlier than normal. Ori dropping in, thorns on himself, shielding himself. Sensei knocking him off the bridge just to continue getting a little bit of that recovery. Going for a bit of a back and forth with Ori. Lots of hit and runs, but not really committing to damage. Can he somehow, though, commit with a big leg sweep onto Ori after about a minute when leg sweep is back up, and then go in for the most amount of damage ever? Potentially drop it down to Bone Does Brew. Might have something going here. Big spinning crane kick rolling. As Ori taking a little bit of damage, but it looks like he mostly recovered while in bear form. Sensei not giving up. He's staying on Ori like glue the whole time. Ori got a little bit of a bite back to him with a quick star search. Leg sweep by Sensei has his win. Ori could be in trouble right here. Barskin is up. Sensei going in for a spinning crane kick out of that Fist of Fury. Ori looking actually kind of healthy. Cyclone and Sensei. Does he go for a trinket? Looks like he sits in it. That was a Karma out of Sensei, though. I think he was trying to kind of use the Karma for the Thorns in order to amp up the damage. Ori with full Celestial Alignment. Diffuse Magic out for Sensei. If Ori could just wait out the Diffuse Magic, silence and root onto Sensei. Breaks out of it pretty quickly. Fist of Fury onto Ori. Quick Roar. Going to be a Flesh Cap. Does he have an interrupt? Does not have an interrupt. So Ori is going to be able to recover a lot of self-heal. Sensei might want to go for a Flesh Cap of his own. But does he, though? Ring of Peace for Ori. Trying to make it harder for him to get around the bend. Ori does go into cat form with a dash, trying to get around Sensei, who already just disappeared to the opposite side of the arena altogether. Ori get a hit with an in-cap. Sensei trying to maintain his Vilify. He's not going for the flesh cap just yet. Has he got interrupted? There it goes. Speak of the devil, and he may appear. So far, Sensei still holding on to Trinket, but no defenses left. He might be able to get out of CC from Ori, but in terms of being able to escape or even be able to put pressure onto Ori, he can't really do much. Seeing the Thorns backs up immediately, trying to maintain the flesh cap for as much as he can. Actually had a little bit of an onslaught into Ori, but the shield for Ori still holds strong. Star surges around the corner as Ori finds those angles as best as he can. But with Sensei having that crazy mobility, Ori having to push up at him, that was a disengaged burn. With an in-cap for Sensei, leg sweep onto Orion, does have the Bone Dust Brew, does he have the procs though? Looking to burn through that shield, big, Whirling Dragon Punch into big kick, that's oh my god, the combo onto Ori actually puts him in such a bad spot. We are hitting that 6, almost 7 minute dampening trinket for Sensei, interrupting Ori. Does he have a flesh cap? If he has flesh cap, right now, that would be perfect. Just standing there with Barskin in bear form and flash capped into his face. Sensei continuing the pressure. Got Karma for the Thorns. I think Ori might have canceled Thorns, though. And that's going to be a clean Cyclone on the Monk. At least separating the Monk from the burst. Sensei has Zuen, but he doesn't have a set of images. He might, looks like he's just going to go for the full Zuen. Does he have a bonus brew? Whirling Dragon Punch, interrupting Ori on nature, but he's trying to go for a Cyclone. Next Cyclone is most likely going to be 100% guarantee. Knocking the Monk back for a second as Ori catching up on healing. And for Sensei, that was a Zuen being burned. Zuen going to a bit of a hibernate. While Sensei just hiding under the pillar, waiting to consolidate some of his cooldowns. Ori tried to chase, and the Zuen literally went to sleep. That feels a little bit bad to be a monk and have a full Zuen burning. That is your big cooldown available and just have not much to roll with it. Sensei just getting blasted with Star Starters back to back as the dots are ramping with the Swarm, with the Kevin Slime spinning at Sensei. Leg sweep is up, has a Bone Dust Brew, looking for a Fist of Fury, does have the big go, big kick into a Whirling Dragon Punch, and that's going to be a knockback for Ori as he, not only does he knock back the Monk, he also disengages backwards, trying to make the biggest amount of gap between him and the Monk. Both of them going for a flash grab simultaneously. as they're not giving up the fight. We are at the 8 minutes, 90% dampening. The healing is going to start getting reduced. Whoever loses the flesh craft first, I think is going to be slightly behind. Sensei charging in immediately, trying to break the bubble for Ori. Another Tiger Palm in order to charge him back to the Druid. But Ori maintains the flesh craft. Having that bear form and flesh craft all together just gives you such a meaty shield. Sensei trying to knock Ori backwards, but that's going to be Ori with plenty of mobility. Star Surge is coming out. Going to be karma for Sensei with a Cyclone immediately. Nothing you can really do about it. Ori just needs to wait it out. Does he have any big pressure for Celestial? Trying to build up some resources. Maybe Star Surges. Thorns is up. So Sensei knows he can't attack Ori. He needs to find a way to stop him though. That is going to be a big port. Ori literally on top of the guy. Should be able to at least get some dots in there. Sensei under quite a bit of pressure. Does have diffuse magic if he chooses to do so. In cap onto Ori. Did it leg sweep? Okay, he just in cap. I thought it was leg sweep for some reason. Leg sweep onto Ori. Does he have the big damage? Defensive for Sensei. Trying to go for big damage into Vivify. Somehow actually Z-axis the solar beam. It's literally above his head. But doesn't silence a big Star Surge out of Ori though to follow it up. Taking down the monk right afterwards. CB Zeus is going to be up next. Another Necrolord. Is he playing the Demonology Necrolord Lego? I hope so. Is there going to be a big Dark Pack wall available with the... I'm not seeing... I guess you wouldn't really be able to see if he's trying to go for the big, like, two-shot build, is he? Looks like he's just going to walk it up towards the pillar, try to set up a demonic circle. Okay, he's basically just like, okay, I'm letting you set up the full gate with full setup. We're going to be diving into the duel of the second person on Team 2. Second person of Team 1. Finally, we're getting some new people in here. And we are at the 9-minute mark. So this is probably going to be really quick. And it's going to be really down to who uses cooldowns when. Glad that's over. Yo, that was a long duel, wasn't it, dude? Monks are mobile as hell. And the mobility they have is actually incredible. It's actually incredible. But Ori also, as a Boomy, lots of mobility. Lots of self-healing. But also he has a bit of that dot pressure that I feel like the monk had a hard time dealing with. But the Star Surge is what really helped them. CBZ is going for a full resummon of a new Wrathguard. I think Ori bashed the one way out there in the open. Looks like CBZ is actually taking a bit of damage. It's going to be the Slime Shield proc and how much to go for a Dark Pact immediately. Stun onto Ori, trying to go for a big old Tyrant setup. Does CBZ have some big setups, big bursts available? That's going to be CBZ dropping down the obelisk, looking to make some damage happen. Second stun onto Ori, trying to go for a Decimate Bolt, getting interrupted on it. Silence on Shadow. Ori trying to maintain the dots rolling. That's going to be Swarm sent in as he's going for Star Surges. That Decimated Bolt still goes through. Does CBZ have the big shots? He has quite steady Demon Bolts back to back into Ori, doing quite a bit of damage, trying to knock the pets back as Ori, backing up out of there with Flap. Wall is up for CBZ as he's just continuing to walk at Ori, just straight up charging at the guy. Even though CBZ is a little bit down on health, got himself a whole new flesh cap back up and running. Does Ori have the same flesh cap? I don't think he does. Does he? That's actually a good question. CB Zeus is just actually looking to back away from Ori. Maybe going for a port, trying to see if he can put him on the other side of the platform. Wants to go for a new pet. That's going to be some sort of just punishing CB Zeus for being out in the open. Still more instant cast for Ori, taking down a Demonology Warlock. Had some really good bursts there for a second. But I don't think he was going for like the big two-shot or one-shot or like bunch of pets, buff of the damage of Demon Bolt, and really blast it. I'm not really sure what kind of a build he went for. It's really hard to tell. Chicago playing up to the Elemental, trying to drop a Meteor down onto Ori's head immediately with a Fire Elemental playing out as early as it is. Chicago just pushing it onto Ori, got himself the walk and cast capabilities of Spirit Walker's Grace. Ori, I want to actually back up a little bit, trying to go for regrowth. So is Chicago going for a bit of a self-heal. Looks like Chicago's healing is slightly better than Ori's, but Chicago did burn a wall during that encounter with Ori. Ori still holding on to Barkskin. Could be really bad with Malediction here. That is a pretty big chain. Lots of damage. Also Necrotics out. Ori's health. Stormkeepers to follow as Ori's in bear form, trying to get himself as much healing as he can. Got himself friends in region, looking for the regrowth. Is going to be able to get one or two. Chicago does have the shortest interrupts in the game. I think it's like 12-second interrupts. Shrinking out of that route, trying to see if he can chase after Ori. He does have the bear in a bad spot. Going to be light and lasso. Trying to see if he might be able to get Ori a low enough roar. I don't even know how that roar hit Chicago. It felt like it was from another zip code. And Ori got himself at least a little bit of mobility, a little bit of recovery. Slime Shield to cover him, even though we are at 47% dampening. And Ori needs to do something to turn this around. Try to go for Cyclone Chicago. Gonna get interrupted on it. Might have to go for like maybe some lockdown Chicago, root silence, and maybe do some damage. Try to go for a clone, maybe some regrowths. Chicago just needs a proc or two, but Ori is just so far behind. I don't know if dampening will let him recover at this point. No Celestial Alignment for a while, no Barthia for a bit. Thorns isn't going to do much. Root and the Silence on Chicago, at least keeping the Shaman in place, trying to get some dots in, maybe get the set of Swarm in there as well. Could be potentially Rot and Burn Chicago strategy. Stone to Ori while outside of bear form. Does it with Barthia, light the last fall, I think it's over. Chicago taking him out. That is a tough one to come back from. Extremely difficult. I'm Goda Speed is going to be up next. Full PI and everything. Burning all the cooldowns of the Chicago Mind Games with the Silence and avoid Torrent. Chicago's under a lot of pressure in the opener. Does have a Flesh Scout following it. Flesh Scout damage reduction or shield is not as massive since we are in dampening. And it's going to be really down to who got the most damage here. Goat does not play any kind of Flesh Scout or anything himself. Big Lava Burst proc in Chicago. Goat having to pop off defenses. Walking in Chicago with a fear. Earth Elemental still up. Could potentially give Chicago a wall. I don't know if he has or hasn't yet. Shackles Malediction for Goat. Chicago lasso to stop the Shackles for a second. Goat trick inside of it immediately. And it's going to be an interrupt onto Goat to try to get himself a little bit of a heal. Siphon onto Chicago. Goat get himself quite a bit of health recovery, but at this high dampening is just not looking pretty for him anymore. Earth Elemental still up for Chicago. Perfect opportunity to maintain the pressure onto Goat. Got himself DPs, trying to get whatever healing he can. At least has plenty of CC with the Sun of Chicago. Mind Games to follow. Chicago knows he can't really go for damage or for a self-heal really either, because that would be pretty rough in this situation. Got himself wall, waited out for the Mind Games for just a second. Goat having to use the pet to actually generate some resources off of. Not a bad idea, but itself is not in a great spot. At this high dampening, even a Disperse not going to give you much healing. The Zaps, eating Zaps right now by Goat is not a good place to be in. At least Disperse is the last set of Zaps, reducing the damage that they do, and also giving themselves the smallest amount of healing. Massive double Earthshock by Chicago. What is that proc? This Shaman just double Earthshock proc into Lava Burst onto the Shadow Priest and literally turned from a duel where it was kind of even towards absolute victory. Kal-El Jr. up next as a Assassination Rogue versus Chicago, opening up with the Garrote immediately. Just need to get himself a full kidney shot set up on Chicago, eating a little bit of that Shackles Malediction damage. Chicago trinketed it out of the stun into a lasso onto Kal-El, who is going to trinket out of it. Chicago does go down, only so much an Elemental Shaman could do in that kind of a situation. Bake Jr.? Bakey? Wait, Bake G. I want to call it Bakey. Can I call him Bakey? Or Bake? Bake J-I? Bake G? Because J can kind of be like an H if it's European. But Bake getting hit with a Garrote in the opener. Playing out the Boomy as well. Trying to go for a Cyclo versus Kal-El. No way for the Rogue to get out of this one. So Bake might be able to make something work. Actually blasted Kevin Slime. He actually decided to dot up and use Fury of Elune on the Slime more than the Rogue. Which is interesting, because I don't... Yeah, the Rogue actually didn't take any of the damage. Bake ended up hitting the Slime. Probably if you could have hit the Rogue, probably could have at least get the Rogue in combat. Wouldn't let him reset. That is actually very interesting. I don't really know. I don't know if that was a misplay or maybe it was intentional just to build up some resources so you can just Incarnation nuke him down. But Bake at least got himself regrowth, is going to be able to Moonfire Kal-El out in the open. This is where the Rogue walking in might be going for Cloak of Shadows. There is Thorns. You better be careful of yourself. Evasion is up in case Bake, I think, goes, I guess, for a bash. That's the only thing where evasion would be helpful. Shadow stepping after the Druid, trinket out of the Kidney Shot immediately. But Bake might be in a situation where it's unbiddable. Trying to go for a bit of a self-heal, Convoke while in bear form. But it was going to give him Duri healing. That's going to be Namira up next versus Kal-El. Not getting the big one-shot with the Convoke. Trinketing for the blind to land the bite at the very end. And Death Steel is going to be the last one on Team 1. Did everybody get to play? Is it all 5 people get to play on each team? Or do we miss somebody? I feel like everybody got to play. Incap by Death Steel onto Namira. Got himself the Necrolord go with Zuen. Should be a lot of damage. Fist of Fear locking down Namira. Trying to go for a big old kick. Whirling Dragon Punch. That's going to be a lot of damage. Karma. I feel like there's no way for Namira to escape out of it. Unless the pop wall and everything. Looks like there was shackles momentarily. And Namira, yep, touch of death and it's over. Not much you can really do at the end there, dude. Yeah, it looks like just about everybody got to play. Everybody got at least a little bit of damage numbers in there. Yo, Ori actually almost got 1 million damage versus the Monk and whoever else he did. I guess it was the Warlock, right? Ori coming back in with big old Necro Boomy play. Dampening so high? Yeah, the first duel between... the second duel between the Monk as well as Ori. The first for Team 2, second person Team 1. Ori and the Monk had a real long bout back and forth. And Ori just was not going to give up. And neither was the Monk. It was a bit of a reset, a lot of self-healing, but also Flash Scout prolongs the fights quite a bit. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one in here, yeah? Ball, 3 out of 5. Yo, okay, as soon as you get another 5-man, we'll throw over Chicago, or I guess flexing, whoever's ready. Yeah, boys? My man, how are you? What's up, Jace? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one, my dude. Welcome back, my guy. Hope you're having a good weekend, dude. Enjoying some duels for the day. Enjoying some duels to Pickle Farrell. Yeah, Farrell was not going to give him a chance, man. You know what I mean? This Boomkid is an Echo God. Yeah, I think I've already done that, dude. To play so a Monk, CD, and run the hill. Should just Karma Thorns from a pressure. He did a couple of times. But sometimes you just gotta sometimes you just gotta run away. Sometimes when you got no cooldowns, I mean, that's literally recommended in like all the Rogue PvP guides. Hey, if you got no cooldowns and like a warrior's pop an avatar, you actually don't need to stand next to the warrior. A lot of people recommend you like just run away. Just press sprint, run the other direction. And it's like, but that's hiding. That's being a coward. It's like, well, that's also being alive, you know? Like, mobility is a defensive in a sense. I mean, I guess he could stand in the open and just die, but he's trying to win, so, you know? It's not everyone's cup of tea. Start with the Monk and the Druid, and with the Monk and the Druid, life is pain. Oh, it was actually. No, well, yes, actually. It started with a Monk. No, technically it started with a Warrior and a Monk with skills versus Sensei, but yes. But yes, I guess you can kind of give it a credit. I guess you can. What's up, Lee? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, sometimes dampening games go pretty up there. I feel like this is why I like EO days better. Highest skill cap, lol. Yeah, what do you mean, dude? You haven't seen some of the NA duels, boys. Then you haven't seen some of the NA duels, Mr. Fox. Where's the Mage God Seawork, lol? We'll see, yeah. Maybe we'll get Seawork in here, dude. That'd be pretty cool. Yo, let me get a, while we're waiting for groups, let me go get a soda, boys, dude. I'm low on energy. I need like some sugar or something in my system, bro. I need something because I'm just sleepy, dude. BRB. Dude, I am sleepy, but I'm the only one awake in my house right now. I'm here for snoring, dude. I'm the only one awake at my place right now. Man, is this one of those Saturday? So it feels like a Sunday, doesn't it? Damn, everybody's asleep. It's one of those, man. I'm flexing and get AFK Rogue. Yeah, we're chilling. Waiting for AFK Rogue. Yeah. Flexing says he's ready, dude. So, yo, do we throw Chicago versus Flexing? Is that what we do? Chicago, are we ready, my man? I think a victory is predicted when dampening, but you really win, though. I mean, what is a win, right? 5v5 with Flex, never mind. Okay, yo, Chicago, are we ready, my dude? Are we ready? Are the Alliance boys ready? Looking all enough, yes. I mean, a win is a win, right? A win is a win. And also, I think it's fair to say most games in Shadowlands don't go into the higher dampening. Compared to Battle for Azeroth, where I felt like 90, 50%, 60, definitely towards like the 70% towards the end of the expansion with all the corruptions and survivability that everybody has. It felt like all the games went towards dampening. It was a unique thing to have a 5-minute game. In Shadowlands, we got like 20% more 5-minute games. And most games don't go into dampening. So I felt like every class had a way to self-heal forever. Now only a handful, depending on the comment they're on, for sure, too. Alright, we got Chicago, we got Flexing. Is Flexing on Flexing or is it in Flexibytes? Has Flexing been trying out Flexibytes here and there? Let me find him. Just because his name, there's no way I'm typing square, square, X, square, S. You know what I mean? It just won't bring up. Flexing. Hell yeah, dude. And then Chicago. Yo, Flexing, what's your CR in 3s? Do you have like a real CR in 3s? We should play together sometime, dude. Because I don't have any real CR in 3s whatsoever. If you don't got like a team that you're pushing, dude, I got like 1500 CR in 3s. I do more 2s than 3s. I kind of want to start doing real 3s, dude. Try out Rogue. Push it to like some kind of a new level. Or as far as I can go, dude. The highest I've ever gotten in 3s as Outlaw was 2200. So I'd like to be able to break that into like at least 2400. Maybe I'm glad if we get 2400. Maybe it just won't work, right? Maybe Owl is just garbo like that. I don't think it is, but hey. It actually duels for everyone else. Lol. The dampening, I can hit 4-3-3. Sounds good, man. I don't mind. I don't mind whatsoever. Yo, let's get a duel up and running, yeah, boys. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with D-Claude. I think that's a new name. Wait, you're a Torrid? I like your mug. It's like I don't know what it is. Just really purple, really weird. But maybe he'll be like Venti or something, like a weird covenant with this. But you got D-Claude here. Let's see if he's really D-Claude flexing on that Hunter, a survival. Kal-El Jr. starting off as Assassination Rogue. We got Sip and Glue as a Subtlety Rogue. And Skills as an Arms Warrior versus Team 2. We got ourselves Bakey? I want to call it... I'm going to Bake. We're going to call it Bake. With CBZUs, we got ourselves Namira. We have ourselves Sensei on that team as well as Chicago. More of that elemental goodness. It looks like it's going to be Namira versus Kal-El Jr. Be out of stealth unless you're the one dueling boys. Just so Namira and Kal-El realize that, oh wait, going up against a rogue. Oh wait, I'm going up against a Boomy. Namira, what is he? Is he convoking? I think he convoked last time, right? Yeah, I think I tried to convoke at the very end, but it was like really dampened the game. Does Bear convoke heal you, or what does it do actually? I think it gives you Iron Fur. Maybe friends in region, but can it heal? Because I know a lot of people when they convoke for a heal, they go outside of form. But I guess we're waiting until these two find each other, boys, yeah? I like the manga making his hands in Chicago. Yo, maybe we'll see some enhanced Chicago tonight, dude. Maybe we'll see some enhanced from Chicago tonight. They walk by each other. Kal-El actually popping out with Phantom Knives. Doesn't Namira look out for it? It looks like Namira didn't even look behind him. Otherwise, he might have known where the rogue was at, more or less, at least faced him. But he's just kind of just roaming. Just absolute roaming. Maybe he saw him here. Maybe he saw him pop out with the Phantom Knives for a second. He has an idea like where the rogue is and kind of direction he was heading into, at least. He just keeps holding W. I kind of like the strategies, dude. You got Kal-El trying to kind of bob and weave to the side. The Mirians instead just holding W, just like a Roomba. Except the kind of Roomba that isn't hitting anything, just kind of pressing on forward. Gonna be that opener out of Kal-El as the Mira starts off with a bear form. Barsking up immediately in a cat form, convoking as a cat. Wait, Namira is actually feral. For some reason, oh, I thought Namira is feral. Bake is Boomy. For some reason, I had those two flipped. But that's going to be early tricking out of Namira. And easy forced out blind by Kal-El. Has a Vendetta. Is he going to go for the big Vendetta burst? Garrote into Namira. Pop it off in a bear form. He really wants that feral to be in cat form rather than bear form. Building up the calm points with the bone spikes. Bash by Namira. Perfect opportunity for him to get some damage in. Going to be a Vendetta by Kal-El. Namira gets off emergency healing. But a massive Envenom just takes the druid out. As Kal-El just kind of globals down in a single kidney shot. Or rather one shot in a single kidney shot burst. The druid. Bake is going to be up next. I think also Night Fae, right? Both of them were Night Fae? Yeah, for some reason I had them confused. I thought Bake was Namira and Namira was Bake. I was expecting Boone for some reason. But going cat form makes all the sense. Bake starting off with a bear form. Perfect opportunity for him to at least, I guess, wait for the rogue. Deadly poison for Kal-El, swapping out the poisons. I guess just trying to go for more damage versus Baking. Gonna be a Bari skin up immediately for the druid as Kal-El getting the dots up and running. Gonna be a roar with a cyclone. Bake at least is gonna be able to get the opener into Kal-El. Could go for some regrowths. Then it's gonna be the slime spinning at him, but it should be okay for the most part. Kidney shot by Kal-El, tricking for Bake into bear form immediately. Thorns is up and Kal-El is still continuing just to build combo. It's actually getting lots of pressure to Bake. Wait, oh, he just got a full Vendetta. Not even Vendetta, he just got Envenoms. Just back-to-back Envenoms. It just went on damn. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Both druids gotta fall over to the rogue immediately, dude. This guy is playing assassination and he's doing what his name implies. He's assassinating, dude. He's doing work. Putting in the effort. Sap by Kal-El onto Chicago. Waiting out, maybe until Chicago picks up the eye, I guess? And Chicago not wasting any time. Walking by the eye, but not picking it up just yet. I don't know if they meant to or not. I think he's trying to see maybe he can bait the rogue out. Kalel, give an opportunity actually to walk towards Chicago, landing the sap. I think this is where the rogue is going to open up. Got almost every single defense available. Doesn't really need evasion versus Chicago. Getting knocked back. I don't know if he has a shadow step. Had a shadow step prepared, just waiting for the kidney shot to follow. That's going to be Fire Element to join the fight. Lasso onto Kalel. Could be a lot of pressure. Chicago doing some damage to Kalel, but not really burning through him just yet. Going to be Envenoms for Kalel as he gets an intro from Chicago. Gets the Shaman really low, actually. And that's going to be Shackles and Addiction out of the Smoke Bomb. Making it harder for Chicago to actually heal. A lot of that Shackles actually absorbed into the Flesh Cup. So Chicago didn't really lose that much health, but the shield did get depreciated quite heavily. Blind in Chicago, not shrinking out of it just yet, as Kalel is able to get himself a full reset. That Smoke Bomb into Shackles actually is a pretty good strat. Because it's like, are you going to walk in or are you going to walk out? And you can kind of sit on the border where the Smoke Bomb is, kind of weaving back and forth. Walking out if they're walking into the Smoke Bomb, walking in if they're out. Wall is up for Chicago as a Cloaker Shadows was used for Kalel. He has himself full Vendetta on Chicago, getting that interrupt on the Nature Cast. But it looks like Kalel is going to back up with advantage on top of it just to make sure he gets a clean getaway away from Chicago. Did burn a lot of cooldowns, so that was a nice interrupt. Getting those Envenoms back to back, but I guess this wasn't getting the crits he needed. So decided to retreat for the time being. It's going to be a little bit of time before he comes back though. We got no cloak, no vanish. He's really not an amazing spot. If Chicago has eyes picked up, if he can get Kalel out in the open, he'll be in a great position. Although Kalel might not be the worst idea just to come out, put some dots in Chicago, kite, and maybe get a reset, but it could be sketchy just because if you get caught by that light and lasso, I mean, you're basically playing Chicago's game. Gonna be that Shackles with Kalel going for a kidney shot. A portion of his health is necrotic out. The Shackles did do a little bit of work. And Chicago going for the Earth Elemental stun, getting the little bit of lockdown onto Kalel. Doesn't juke that and kick. Actually get a juke kick right after. Gonna be a flesh cut for Kalel. Chicago interrupt himself. His cast is gonna be able to get some zaps into Kalel. Looking to maybe drop the rogue down. The slime shield is up for the rogue. Got himself a sippy cup. Hoping to get maybe aggressive with Chicago. Then it's going to be a lasso. Actually, lots of damage onto the rogue for a second. Lifted barely. Chicago just needs a little bit more damage to turn it around. Kalel trying to go for a kidney shot. Going to be that wall for Chicago. Does not want to take any chances in case the rogue gets big damage. Kalel with no health whatsoever. And Chicago is kind of low health themselves. Still with the wall getting interrupted by Sip and Glue. Immediately walling this damage off as best as he can. And Sippin choosing to go for a bit of a retreat. Going to be that Earth Elemental stun. At least keeping the rogue out in combat. Does not get himself an easy reset. Looking maybe for a Shadow Step. Does get almost the Shadow Step juke. Chicago was waiting for him. That lasso stops rogue in place. Going to be the Shadow Step on a knockback as he goes for a kidney shot onto Chicago. Look to make some damage happen. No Shadow Blades. There's just rogue's raw damage right now with just dance. Chicago's under quite a bit of pressure. I don't think we'll be seeing a flash cut for a while. Actually, under a ton of pressure. He's to go for a heal. Looks like the rogue just ends up going for the big mystery. Doesn't even go for a kidney shot. He just decided, you know, I mean, just didn't decide to go for a kick. It's off glow, but he was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for big damage. He is playing that Kyrian burst. No wonder he just went in for the damage. Did he actually use the Lego to kill Chicago, or was it just the actual Kyrian ability that got the kill there? Because I think if he was playing the Lego, I think he might have a lot of animal charge comp points for CB's use, and that means his opener is going to be huge. He could just open up with Shadow Blades, everything. There's going to be stun on the pet. Looks like he's going to go using the Kirin ability. Taking down the pet immediately. Is he going to be able to nuke it? Trying to. I don't know how close he got. Going to be immediate stun out of CB's use as soon as the pet is able to use any abilities. It looks like CB's got himself. The Tyrant going to be a second stun onto Sip and Glue. He's still maintaining the pressure, killing off the pet. That's going to be the Falcon, but Sip and Glue is actually under a lot of pressure himself. Evasion is up, as well as Cloak of Shadows. Those pets are actually melting him. But looks like the rogue with that sprint might be able to get away. Trying to stay out of combat. Looks like the second summon Felguard is going to get him back in combat. And I think CBZ's got another pet up and running. He does. And Sip and Glue actually focusing the attention, starting to build comp points off the pet. Is he going to be able to go for another big hitter like he did before? CBZ is going for a bit of a health funnel on that pet. Backing up immediately. And Sippin, he wants to go for big damage. He wants to make something happen here. Mark for Death is ready on that pet. Cheap shot onto CBZ's, separating the pet and the Warlock. Burning through that shield pretty quickly versus CB. Does he have a stun? Huge Kyrian setup. That's going to be a Mortal Coil with a Fear for CB. Get himself a Flesh Cap. Needs to keep the rogue in combat. That is going to be the pet on him. Rotating that Fear into a stun. Getting a Decimated Bolt while Sippin Glue is actually kind of low on health. Wait, did he actually pull it off? Was that a vanish? I think that might have been a vanish at the last second as CBZs was about to get the decimated bolt off. Or did he actually? He got the slime. I think he might actually have Doom bolts ready. Except Sip and Glue not even letting that pet do anything. Eliminating that pet with a kidney shot onto CBZs right after. Not even letting the Warlock play. Does he have any Doom bolts? Blind right after CBZs trinkets wall. Trying to go for a fear onto Sippin. Not going to be able to get it. Got a slow into Sipping Glue, is going to need another pet. While the wall is up, that would have been a perfect opportunity to go for maybe a summon. It looks like Sippin is just going to keep running, trying to go for a bit of a reset. Going to be a tyrant trying to come out for CBZs. But the Warlock is out here by himself. Nothing left. No more shields, nothing. So actually could be in a terrible spot. Sipping Glue got himself the big Kirin setup. Massive eviscerates. Cheap shot to follow. And looks like he's going to be able to just auto attack him to death. That is a rough one, dude. That Kyrian sub-rogue is rough to deal with. You know what I mean? Actually kind of rough, dude. Who would we're like a rogue, dude? Oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe I do it next, boys. Maybe I do it next. Actually, should I do the poll right now? Who wins, rogue or monk? I feel like these duels sometimes go way too quickly. Is that to try to arrest somebody? Bruh. Oh, man. Yo, boys, who do you think? Rogue or monk in the chat right now? Who do you think is going to win this one, dude? Sipping Glue got himself lots of offensive cooldowns still there. I mean, no Shadow Blades, but dances, evasion, cloak of shadows. He got vanished very, very soon. Trinket still in play. He's an orc, so he's not going to set stuns long at all. Sensei is a Necrolord, so he got that one-shot potential. It's just really a question of how well does it work. There's going to be an interrupt on the Sipping Glue. Get a shadow to Sensei. Not let him get the full flesh count. Sensei trinkets. At the last second, leg sweep onto Sipping. Not going to trinket out of it until a little bit later. Evasion's up for the rogue. Immediately disarmed by Sensei. And Sippin looking to bail the hell out of there. Sensei did burn a trinket, so did Sipping Glue. Trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Throwing a bunch of bugs at Sipping Glue. Looks like he's just gonna go for Sipping Cup and he should be a-okay. Sensei got himself even more images with spin and crane kick. Sipping Glue is gonna vanish out of that one. So the rogue had himself a really solid opener. That interrupt of flesh cap actually kind of put Sensei behind, because normally you want to have a full flesh cap. I think he wanted to save that flesh cap for like a better position, better opportunity. Or maybe he was hoping to bait the rogue with it. Maybe that was a part of the plan. But Sipping Glue now got Shadow Blades in just about 10 seconds. I don't think he even needs it. Gonna go with the Kirin opener. Onto Sensei, looking for the big damage. Shadow Strikes are flying. Sensei needs a karma immediately. Cheap shot to follow. And I think it's, oh my god, it is over. Oh my goodness, Sipping. Yo, if you Sipping Glue, dude, if that's what makes a rogue play, do that much damage, well, is that what that Kirin anime is supposed to be? Is this glue? Because it has like this kind of like a white bluish glow to it. Maybe it's just glue. Maybe it's just glue and you're sipping on it. Is that what the vials are made of? You know, the Kirin vials? It's just glue? I like it though, dude. I like it. That was quite a lot of burst. Let's get another up and running, you boys, yeah? Let's get another one rolling for the evening, my boys. Looks like you're right, dude. I actually did pretty good, man, honestly. That's some damage right there. I kind of wish I had like an alt rogue so I could play an alt covenant, but maintaining a second rogue would be so annoying. I wouldn't, I want to say like I would love to try different covenants, but on my rogue, I think it would be really, really hard to swap covenants, dude. Really, really difficult. I'm so entrenched into that Venthyr, dude. I have my gear with Venthyr, my build all around Venthyr, and the renown grind on my rogue all over again will just, oh man, that'll be weird. That would feel like it would take too long. It invites you to join the guild Daddy Issues. Should we join them, boys? Should we join the guild called Daddy Issues? I feel like that's same group, but some people didn't play. Yeah, I'm fine flexing. I'm fine with that. Chicago, let me know if you got a group. Or Ori, if you're making a group. Or Skills, if you guys are making a group. Let me know, boys. Monk's wish when karma is going down. He didn't even have karma. He basically just got stun locked. Join it. Should I do it? Yes, joined. Alright, we joined a guild called Daddy Issues, dude. They have a Discord, too. Uh-oh, do I want to join Discord for a guild called Daddy Issues? Hold on. Roster. Wait, Daddy Issues. Do they have info? Join our Discord. We're here for a good time, not for a long time. Enjoy the stay and most importantly, have fun. That's a good message of the day. That's a nice message of the day. Do they have any other stuff here? Guild news. View log. Oh, they're like mass recruiting, I guess. Cool. They don't really have anything like else, do they? Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess Demon Hunter is part of the part of daddy issues. Got 5. Let's go, boys. Bald. And with Flex. Okay. I'll keep it over here. Are we gonna go to Ori back in your team or what? Dude, I missed that boy already. I want to see Ori play. Chicago and flexing. Let me just make sure it's flexing. It is flexing. Okay, cool. Let's go another one, boys. Another arena. Hey, yo, mate, how's it going for Nados today? What's up, Noto? I know my guy. Having a bit of fun with the boys, dude. Regular. We're seeing the Necrolord, Boomkin, Kyrian, Sub-Rogues. We're seeing just how strong some of these builds can be, dude. You know what I mean? Kret says no, dude. I'm already part of daddy issues, dude. Oh, man. I'm the monk, and the rogues are not... And Rogue's not squishy. I don't normally drink it at the first go. Yeah, though it wasn't relevant. Yeah, I feel you, Nick. I feel you on that one. Yeah, it can be pretty tough for sure, man. It can be pretty tough. Like, to figure out, like, okay, do I shrink it, do I not shrink it? It all depends on kind of like the rogue's opener. I feel like if he wasn't a Kyrian rogue, I feel like it would be a lot easier to not trinket it. Because then the other rogues, like, if you're a Necrolord, you have to build some combo points. Because you're going for that spike, let the dot stick. And spike is mostly for the combo point building, but also decent damage. But mostly for the combo point, like easy combo point building. If you're a Venthyr, like you can see the flagellation go. Like you kind of expect to like trinket if you need to. But usually you have like a full flesh cut, right? But here you interrupt your flesh cut into a kidney shot, full Kyrian. I think you got crits back to back with it too. So it's actually just a raw amount of just absurd amount of damage. Not much you can really do in that case, yeah? Alrighty, boys. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with CBZU's again as a Demon Hunter Warlock. We got iFox swapping in over on the Team 1 together with Namira. We got Sensei in the back as well as Chicago. It looks like CBZU is going to be first up versus Flexing. Finally get a chance to play. Getting a stun pretty early onto CBZU's. Look at you maybe disengage towards the other side of the pillar. CBZU is getting locked down with a stun. Look to go for a fear to Flexing. Fade death on a Flexing just to be able to dodge the fear. And got himself the perfect line of sight. Get those kill shots. As long as Flexing has the line of sight, you can just go to poke in and out. He literally is playing the Hunter gameplay. Like what Beastmaster Hunters would do. Marksman Hunters, poke out behind the pillar, do some damage, go back behind the pillar. Got that mobility just for days. CBZ's got himself a massive shield though with a dark pact. That's going to be a wall on top of it. Trying to go for a tyrant play. That is going to be a full tyrant. If he can somehow lock down Flexing, then he's going to be okay. It looks like he's actually doing the opposite. He's actually backing away from Flexing, looking to get a drain life off that pet. Grenade doing a bunch of damage with a kill shot, just finishing him off right then and there. Kill shot doing exactly what it has in its name. Who's up next? That was a quick duel. That was a really quick one, dude. Chicago back on enhancement? Yo, let's go. I like that Mog, by the way. I like that Mog a lot, dude. You got the tornadoes on your shoulders. You got the axes with like different enchants on them. I like it a lot. Looks like Namira is going to be up next. Knows where Flexing is at. Has a flare ready. And that's going to be a big leap by the Feral into the freezing trap. Trick inside of it after he gets the stun onto Flexing. Once he continues the pressure, big old bite by Namira. Flexing with a feint death, stun to Namira. No way out of the Feral to get out of here anymore. Going to be Shackles and Malediction. Stack it up onto Namira. Try to see if he can get power shift them. Looks like the Necrotics are going to hurt Flexing. Getting in next to the Druid. Blasting him with grenades. It looks like Namira got himself a little bit of healing increase here. A little friends of regen. Convoke the spirits. Flexing could be in a bad spot. Looks like the pet actually eats so many of those bites. Being a hunter versus a druid with Convoke is just the best situation to be in. Sometimes there's not much you can do about Convoke. It just hammers you down completely. But when you have a pet right next to you, sometimes the pet just becomes the target of all that carnage. So for Flexing, as long as he has a pretty healthy pet, he might be okay. But he's going for a full camo, bit of a reset. With a Hunter's Mark on Namira, knowing where Namira is at, will always be able to get the opener. As Flexing, all he needs is just a little bit of a reset. And Namira scouting for him, sending the pet in, is going to be able to get the Druid back in combat. Namira popping in the bear form. And Flexing at least being able to get a Serpent Sting onto Namira. Stun to follow. Flexing got himself cooldowns available. That's going to be a big kill shot. Massive flank and strike. Namira could be really bad, but another kill shot of Flexing. Just gets the wombo combo one-shotter onto. Oh no! Harpoon into a freezing trap. As Sensei get images. It looks like one of those images actually just eats the freezing trap. Flexing already had it set up. He harpooned. Threw down the trap midway. Sensei, you just pressed images just to get some cooldowns rolling. Because if he didn't, that probably would have been a freezing trap on the Sensei. He was trying to see if he could prevent the Monk's go. Flexing might be under a lot of pressure though. Sensei got plenty of mobility, catching up to the Hunter into another freezing trap. As Sensei tried to make some damage happen, has his palm wound back. And Flexi getting a little bit of the range damage, might have to go for a turtle here pretty early. Saphira flying is going to go for feign death. Got himself at least a little bit of defense into a harpoon onto Sensei. But before he could actually get himself a defensive, Sensei taking him out, not even with a touch of death, I don't think. So I don't even know what did the damage. Going to be a disarm of skills, charges in into the Monk. Trying to see if he can maybe avenge Flexing. Skills didn't really spend too many cooldowns, did he, with that duel? That last one with Flexing. That's a rough one though. Sensei is still holding on to the. Did he get a? He must have had a full new fleshcraft for skills, right? Because it looked like it's the same fleshcraft from earlier. Parry up with the blaze stone for skills, trying to make some damage versus the Monk. Gonna be that ring of peace to boop him out of the way. And skills looks like he's actually gonna retreat back towards his side of the arena. And Sensei got him in an in-cap lockdown. Trinket for skills. I don't know if he has Zerker Rage for it. But it's going to be Reflect, and Skills got himself the extra defense rolling up. That's going to be the Shackles of Malediction. The Skills actually decides to bail out of there instead. Sensei just making sure he gets himself healed up or ready to go. Skills just cannot even go for first aid. Kevin Slime is there, harassing at him, spitting at him, being kind of toxic. But at least he got cake, dude. At least Kevin Slime got that green cake, dude. Isn't that delectable? D-Claude is going to be up next, trying to go for a bit of an honor duel with Sensei, a bit of a bow. I just wanted to give a bit of that, like, courtesy, which I like. I like when you guys do that. Going to be an opener by the Feral into immediate Kaboke. Sensei does not have an answer. Oh my! He just did him dirty. He just didn't even take a moment. Just came in, stun in a single rake stun. This is where if Sensei even had Relentless. He had stun duration reduction. It was only a 4-second stun, which is reduced by Relentless further. That's just so unlucky. D-Claw getting hit with the freezing trap as iFog just watched the Monk torn to shreds, literally ripped to pieces. Shackles of Addiction by D-Claw, putting pressure, a lot of pressure on the Hunter. Shrinking out of the stun. Barskin is up. He might be under a lot of pressure though, as iFog's got cooldowns rolling. D-Claw better be healing himself as much as he can. Got himself the Berserk. That's going to be giving him a lot of confidence, lots of finishes. Bear form, friends to reach out. Quick roll into iFox. Looks like no dots on the Hunter, so he's able to get a full roar without it breaking into a Cyclone. That's really good. Really good for him in terms of managing his dots, and no one went to back up. Quick maim onto iFox, trading a freezing trap with it. That's going to be DR onto iFox, but also a DR on the trap with D-Claude. Got a root onto iFox, looking to go for a little bit of a reset. Now, iFox doesn't have a trap for at least 20 seconds or so. So maybe D-Claude can get some damage in, maybe put in some pressure. iFox does play the Manic Bandages here. So you can mend the wounds, mend any of the bleeds that D-Claude puts up. So it might be a little bit rough here for both of them, really. Blade shot up for iFox into a quick bash by D-Claude. Has another Convoke. Convoke hits the pets a little bit, but I would say it's iFox a good chunk amount. And iFox is gonna go trying to heal his pet, but the pet just dies. The pet just got bitten up so hard. iFox somehow eating a bite, but still in camo. Got a steel trap, and that's going to be D-Claude getting him out. No pet for this Hunter. Try to see if he can get the hell away from D-Claude. I think just walked in to pick up the eye. Looks like he did not. D-Claude popping in a wall and get himself a heal just to make sure he's actually healthy. iFox feign deathing that Cyclone into a freezing trap on D-Claude. No way out for the Druid to get out, but still somehow breaks the freezing trap, stopping iFox from casting, preventing him from rezzing the pet. Trying to go for a Scarab Beast. Quick Skull Bash. Kill shot back to D-Claude, almost dies right then and there, actually melts to the dots either way. How did iFox turn around that one? How in the hell did he turn around? That must have been a Battle Master Trinket play there, dude. That must have been a Battle Master Trinket that fell off. To go from like super healthy and actually fine to just like dead, man, that is a lot of pressure. That is a ton. That's hard to deal with. iFox placing a freezing trap onto KLL. Does he have a camo? I think he already burned a camo. Just trying to get himself a pet. So far, this guy's been lucky. KLL did not open up with a kidney shot. That's the only thing he did wrong. Now it's going to be a camo for iFox. If he can somehow find a way to just stay in the camo, then he'll be okay. KLL looks like he's dotted up. If that bleed from steel trap's still ticking, if iFox can get a hunter's mark on him, he'll be great. Looks like the rogue is bleeding. But I think he's bleeding with the fleshcraft on it, just so you can't see the animation of fleshcraft. That is so crazy. That is actually insane. iFox getting a hunter market to Khalel is going to be able to steal a little trap. He literally disengaged to where he was going to go. Oh, what? How did that trap hit him? I felt like that trap tagged him from a mile away. That was so far away from it. iFox under a lot of pressure. Vendetta, that is going to be steel trap thrown down to Khalel. He has evasion for it. Did he dodge the trap? Stun onto Khalel for a second. iFox needs a heal. Needs to go for Manic Better just to remove these dots immediately. He's going to be in a really bad spot. Looks like Khalel just continuing the pressure. And Chicago is the last one left. Is he trying to go for it? No, he's just going in, getting the dots up and running. It's going to be Pets. Where's this Khalel? It's going to get the slime dotted. Well, actually, Khalel is right next to the slime. He knows where the rogue is, next to the slime. I don't know if attacking the slime gets the rogue out of combat. Big elemental blast by Chicago. Khalel trying to see if he can burn some dots into Chicago. Trying to puncture some wounds. The wounds, champion. The wounds. Oh my god. Escalade is getting beat up by the Earth Elemental. Not like it does a lot of damage, but at least it keeps him in combat, which is pretty good for Chicago. He got himself a little bit of reheal. Still has a spike through their chest. So that cannot feel great. Big LA Blast onto Khalel as he got himself another kidney shot. The Wolves are in. I think they're going to tear him up. And the Wolves do work, dude. The LA Wolves are back in play. Is Chicago playing the shorter cooldown on LA Wolves? The Ghost Bones Legendary? Because that one's really cool, dude. That one's really cool. Sip and Glue is going to be up next, and last one on the team too. Pretty quick match so far. Getting an interrupt on the Flesh Craft as Chicago's Earth Elemental is gone. Kidney shot, and Sip and Glue going in with a stun by Chicago, getting that short stun onto Sip and Glue. He's going to trick it out of it. Burning triggers for the both of them. Chicago taking a bit of damies. But actually got big LA Blast over Sip and Glue. Might be a Cloak of Shadows, maybe Vanish, could be evasion for the Rogue. Looks like he just settles for a blind for the time being. Chicago does get himself a random heal here and there. Wall is available if he can somehow wall this damage off. Sip and Glue did pop Shadow Blades. He has Dance, literally going to sleep. Is he just so, like, did he just get himself a good nap before he goes in? And just one-shot Chicago just shuts him down? Or is that going to be one of those things where he's hoping for a one-shot? Got himself the big Kyrian setup. Cheap shot again. Sip and Glue, does he have the damage? Chicago gets himself a heal. Maybe Wall. Actually goes for a double heal. Ghost Wolves are up. Doesn't even press Wall just yet. And maybe those Wolves keep Sip and Glue out in combat long enough. Those Wolves do actually decent amount of damage. Got himself a Sip up, but the Wolves are tearing into him. And Chicago's back up to healthy. Sip and Glue trying to avoid the Wolves in Chicago as best as he can. The Wolves should be disappearing any time now. Leap real quickly to Sip and Glue. Cloak of Shadows, as is going to be sundered down for Chicago. Kid the shot onto the Shaman. Does have another Shadow Dance already. Chicago in Ghost Wolf. I don't know if they have like damage reduction while in Ghost Wolf. Is going to pre-wall that cheap shot, and that's going to be Sip and Glue at no health whatsoever. Big LA Blast doesn't kill him quite yet. Gets himself a Sippy Cup. Double Sippy Cup by the looks of it. Potentially? I think that is a Sippy Cup, right? That has to be like the Kyrian like healing over time, right? Oh, what is that actually? Is that the Mastery buff? That might be the Mastery buff actually. I'm not even sure what that glowy orby thing is. Chicago looking to pick up the eye. Sip and Glue is actually nowhere nearby. And Chicago picks up the eye, knows the Rogue is not near, but he's in line of sight. Check to see if he's maybe over on the other side. I think Sip and Glue is waiting for cooldowns. I don't think he's going out until he has CDs. Chicago not checking the center platform at all. He might have to pick up the other eye for it. At least he's going to give himself a Flesh Cap. Sip and Glue nowhere near to interrupted. So at least Chicago starts with quite a bit of bolstered health. So it might be in a pretty good spot. Picking up the eye, the Rogue is hanging around by this corner. If Chicago just walks anywhere near, he is going to be able to see him. Like a good camera angle, we'll be able to see the Rogue. But he's still checking near the grates, looking for the Rogue, trying to see if he might be able to find him that way. Haven't been able to do it so far. Sip and Glue. Wait now for the eyes. He's coming in with full cooldown. Shadow Strike to Chicago. Does Chicago have an answer? Ghost was up immediately. There's going to be a storm sundering onto the Rogue. Evasion's up for the Rogue as he's actually taking a bit of damage. Trying to see if he can maybe sprint to Chicago, but Chicago just letting the Wolves do work as the Wolves are sneaking behind the Rogue. Big LA Blast on the Sip and Glue. Got himself Kyrian Burst for Chicago. Does he have the big go? The Wolves are doing work. Trigger for Chicago. Doesn't pre-wall this, but does get himself a heal. Wall up right now and slams the Rogue down with a strong strike. Wait a second. That was actually amazing. That was such a close duel between the two. Between Sippin and Chicago. That was neck to neck, dude. Are you kidding me? That storm strike at the end there. Jesus, dude. Oh my god, that was so close. That could have been anyone's game, dude. That could have been anyone's game. That LA Blast, dude. It gets Rogue so close. Actually, good. It's like a mini Chaos Ball just thrown at him. Makes me want to try Elemental Blast build as Shaman, dude. Oh my god. That looks so cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, let's get another up and running, boys. Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Who could have predicted that? Who would have said that Shaman is gonna win that one in the end? I honestly thought it was like, dude, it's in a rogue's court. You know what I mean? Like, call it a gut feeling. I was like, man, I think, you know, the rogue is Chicago's getting really, really close, like really, really even. But the rogue, I feel like, is quite a distance ahead with like cooldowns and CC and resets. But those wolves, man, he just kind of left him with the wolves, let those boys bite at him. We are in a close to like 30% dampening as the 10-minute game is up, and Sipic up not doing well for him anymore in that situation. Decker enhanced better for Venti enhanced, proc 60 on my Shaman today, and was wondering was the best move. Yo, feel free to ask Chicago. Chicago's played one of every one of those covenants, I think, at this point. Chicago tried Kyrian back at PTR, Ventier, Necrolord, Faye. Chicago's done it all. Had Dalaran, I wanted to get your opinion, which I think all the level players, Shadowlands played DK. I wanted to try something new. I was thinking Windwalker Rogues. Both of them were really good. Both of them were really good options if you play one of those. Твои стримы, как всегда, радуют, но большое спасибо, Глина, большое спасибо. Как твои дела? Нормально. Glina popped in the chat. They were like, yo, how are you doing, Dal? Always love the streams. I told them, thank you. Appreciate it so much. Venture's the best. Yeah, for like pure enhanced, Venture's very good. Yeah, it just if you're looking for like the most raw number, like if you've seen the burrs that Chain Harvest can do, is insane in PvP. But like, could you make enhancement work in other covenants? Technically, yes, but like, there's the best option. That's what I like about Rogue, is like, for Rogue, it's like, there's more than one way of playing it, right? Or maybe the best kind of changes based on spec, but there's more than one way of playing it. The rest aren't terrible. Yeah, it's like, it feels like as we get further into patches, as we get into later patches of Shadowlands, all the covenants are getting closer and closer. And I would imagine they will be even closer by the final patch, whatever that's going to be. You know what I mean? One shot of Chain Harvest is just stupid. Yeah, I've seen some of those clips, dude. Second best covenant for enhanced. Second best, I'll leave that off to Chicago. I would imagine maybe like, not Faye, unless it's PvE. Faye for PvP, like people could just walk out of your Faye Transfusion. I would imagine Necrolord actually, because Kieran also people can walk out of the totem. Kieran would probably be the worst though for PvP. Necro? Yeah, probably Necro, huh? Manage to manage a lot to manage as Windwalker monks, to keep that in mind. I think it's still really fun, Eric. I think you'll enjoy it a lot, man. Rogue and Windwalker are both really good, whichever one you end up playing. Rogue, you just get 3 different playstyles. I want to do this. If you want to play tank, or if you want to heal, have any interest in tank and heal, and go Windwalker, you'll have a lot of fun with it. If you just want a DPS only, Rogue will offer you 3 playstyles. So you're going to find something that you enjoy out of one of them. So that's what I would make the decision of. Are you interested in healing at all, or tanking at all? If even a modicum of yes, go monk. It's really close to Hyper Turkey. What's up, Sav? Sahi Kiran. Is that Sahib Kiran? Am I getting even close? I'm really bad with names. Timur? We'll go with Timur. Tim. That's a short nickname for you. Want to play Arcane, have fun and be decent on Marines. I'm Kieran now, but I feel like all of them should want to pick. Ventier is really good. If you work with you, pretty sure you'd say Ventier is really, really good. Kieran has a big burst to it too. I don't think you'll hate it. And your groups recruiting, yo boys, if you got any groups recruiting, if you guys want groups to create some groups yourselves, you're more than welcome to. Looks like we got ourselves flexing, 5-man ready. I don't know if Chicago's ready or not. If you guys want to look for a group, you go to player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find the group in the search bar, top number 5, enter, and there'll usually be a group. Today we're doing them on NA. If you don't see a group available on NA for Alliance or Horde, you could always start a group and you would call it something like 5V5 1V1 Duels Dalaran, listed, and then advertise that you have a group in the chat. Let them know like, hey guys, I got a group. We need like what? We have 4 out of 5. We need one more. Alliance, group name, so and so. Pop in. Feel free to advertise the chat and use the chat to like gather more people, because I'm sure a lot of people are sitting waiting for like a group to join, but most people don't make a group. Most people just want to join a group and just kind of play. So if you guys want to make one, it's gonna be a random thing. You know what I mean? Brewmaster monks are fun to play in BGs. Now I haven't played Brewmaster, and I don't see a lot of brew in PvP ever. I know that they've gotten some new PvP talents, like the numbing brew, I think it's called, that prevents CC for a short moment, or breaks you out of CC as well. And then there's like that little charge thing that they had with Clash, which I don't see monks use Clash ever for one reason or another. Is a Brewmaster's like actually like a viable PvP spec? Like, can they do RBGs? Can they set flags, or do they like what do they do? Right, every tank has something to do. Like, what do they do? Because warriors, what is it? Arms warriors, they can knock back, and they have decent defensives. They can kind of sort of CC like groups of mobs, but like in the BG, like you can just go prod, you can knock people back with that little charge. Prod also has a knockback, but also prod has like the silence on the healers, and you can also do a bit of damage. We've seen prod in arenas, right? Prod Pala. Bear druids can set flags. Demon hunters can set flags. Remasters, well, like, what do they do? I feel like it's the one take no one plays in PvP, really. Got room for the Horde? Yeah, well, we got one room in Chicago, boys, one more in Alliance. If you guys look for a group, carry the flags and card, and the best done by a monk and demon hunter tanks. So they're like the tankiest then, yeah? Next time I'll come with a demon hunter. I'm on Dalaran French server. I'll promote the channel on Majority. Sounds good. Sensual shape. Sounds good, my guy. We do EU duels on Fridays, Saturday duels on NA. You guys are more than welcome to join on either one of those days. Always welcome to him. But yeah, we got a group recruiting for Chicago over in Alliance. You guys are more than welcome to him. Flexi will be in charge of the Horde group. Yeah, we need one more Alliance, boys, and we're good to go. If you guys want to make it a second group as a second Horde group, you're more than welcome to do it. I'll add you on Reality. I'll add the lead on Reality. We'll get you guys in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just need one more on Team Chicago, boys. One more Team Chicago, and we're good to go, boys. Where's your boy Seawork, dude? Where he at? Oh, man. Seawork's on. Seawork's on Night Elf Mage. But is Seawork part of the group? Arshem in 6 minutes. And this whole team stays 100% HP for 20 more minutes. He's been pumping arenas, but... Who? What Shaman team? In 6 minutes, and the team is 100% HP for 20 more minutes. Is that just saying Shamans are OP? Is that what that is, dude? Oh my god. Dude, Shamans, man. What is the most OP, actually, what's the most popular healer in PvP right now? I know it's not Mr. or Monk. Top Covenants? No, PvP. 2v3. Looks like it's kind of even between Disc Priest, Resto Sham, Holy Paladin, Holy Priest. Huh, Arshem? Let's see Varg, dude. If he wants to, man. If he wants to. Like, Subcreation has this rated PvP section. And I don't really know where they get their sources for rated PvP. Like, Mythic Pluses, they do logs, right? They do log information and Reddit.io and kind of cross-reference it. Same thing for Zento Nation, they do logs. Top Covenants, there's websites that mark for it. By the way, so many ranged are Night Fae, dude. So many ranged in the top tier for keys or like anything are Night Fae. Barely of them are Necrolord. Barely any of them are Kyrian. They gotta buff like the Necrolord for all the caster classes. All the range classes. Because look at melee, dude. We actually got some variety. We need more Venti representation, but we got a little bit of variety. Same thing with tanks. A lot of them are Kyrian though. Same thing with healers. There's actually quite a bit of variety. Not a lot of them are Necrolord at all though. That's real bad actually. Really, really bad. Oh no. Disc Priest, dude. They got above the ones for priests. I guess like the abilities just work better for certain specs than the others. 5? Let's go, dude. But for PvP, this is what they have for like 3v3 arena. They have these guys at the A tier. And then the 2v2s they have S is the Resto as well as priests. I guess it's just a rated battlegrounds, right? But like, I guess in rated battlegrounds anything could work. Beastmaster Hunter is insane, dude. But so is Arms Warrior and Subrogue apparently. Wait, those guys are really, really good. Alright, boys. I don't know how accurate that website is. I'll just show you. Is flexing on Flexibytes? Is that what we had? Let me check. Flexi Hodge! Yo, flexing going Pala, dude. Flexing Hodge. I like it. I like it. Arshem Necro, no? Arshems are Necro, I think, yeah. I think they are. I think there's a little bit of freedom nowadays. You could play Night Phase Arshem. You could play Ventier to some extent, at least for PvE, I know you can. There's a little bit more wiggle room, but for PvP, I'm pretty sure Necrolord is still really strong. Holy Pally is probably the most dominant arena right now. Really? You think so? Yeah, do you do PvP gameplay yourself new to the channel? Yes, like actual PvP on my rogue. Yeah, I do arenas, I do battlegrounds and stuff. Like duels themselves, I haven't. It's been a bit since I actually participated in duels, but I can't get the angles when I'm participating in duels. I love the community thing though, of like I'm spectating, watching people that get into play, more people getting a chance to participate in duels and enjoy themselves. I really enjoy that part. Like, do you think I should join the duels someday? Just play out and make a fool of myself, because I love embarrassing myself, dude. You know what I mean? It's my MO. Transfuses the soul of adversary. Transfuses the soul of adversary. What is that, a toy? I think I know which one you're talking about then. Purple one? Which? We got ourselves Team 1 together with Chicago on that team. We got ourselves a new face. Ragnar Kit X. We call him Ragnar. Yo. That's a hell of a position to be frozen in. Blackout is going to be up next to the other team. Going for that shimmer play. Ragnar getting blasted with a G-Pod. Going to be a trick out of Blackout. Going for a big combustion. Metamorphosis coming out for Ragnar with a Haunt. Darkness off immediately. Getting quite a lot of healing from Blackout. As Blackout still in that combustion. Still pumping Pyros back to back. Wait, is Ragnar just going to die here? Stunned? Has he got himself glaives? That's an interesting choice. That's an interesting choice. Wait, how do glaives show up as fist weapons? Because he got them Phoenix hands with an ice block for Blackout to follow as Ragnar tried to see if he could chip away at the ice, but can't really do so. Wow, how is this man so slow, by the way? What is this slow that Blackout got? Is this triple shield? Looks like Pyros are going to be able to take him down. There's Blackout taking him out. On team 2, we got ourselves D-Claw, we got ourselves Ferrix, we got ourselves Flexing, as well as Kal-El. It looks like Blackout is going to be going up versus Chicago. Got the Frost Wolves in there. The Frosty Boys, the Frost Wolves, both get frozen. Which I feel like Frost Wolves, when you get the Frost and Be Wolves, I feel like they should be immune to Frost. Am I the only one? I mean, it's a CC, right? It would feel pretty bad for a mage to be like, man, why is that thing immune to Frost? Everything else gets frozen. But it's like, they're Frost Wolves. Should they be immune? I don't know, it just makes sense to me. Interrupted to Blackout, getting a breath on Chicago, using that shimmer to create some distance. In Chicago, popping in that Ghost Wolf. Big combustion is up, trying to see if he can purge it away from Blackout. Is going to be able to purge, combust, and Chicago did have to wall off a little bit of that onslaught damage, but Blackout, another Ring of Frost, is up. Chicago just unable to really connect with this mage. He wants to get to know him better, you know? He wants to connect his maces with that beautiful undead face, but he just can't quite do it. Every time Blackout has summoned for it, dude. He's got blinks, he got breath, he just got himself resets. Chicago finally able to get some ghost tools, trying to purge all the buffs from Blackout. Might be able to, is going to be able to purge off the all at the time. So Blackout is kind of in a bad spot. His health bar is actually in jeopardy. Got himself a triple shield, immediate purges for Chicago. Trying to see if he might be able to continue the onslaught here. Wolves are down for the time being. If he can at least get some kind of a flame shock onto Blackout, at least get some sort of damage over time, then he'll be in a fantastic position. But this mage so far got plenty of mobility. Frost Shocks are coming in. Chicago is going to be able to break out of the root, looking to get some damage in. Big Thunder, LA Blast is going to force out the Cauterize. Does Blackout go for Ice Block? He actually does not have Ice Block. Doesn't die to Cauterize, has a shield for it with shift and power to grant him some defenses and offenses back. Quick breath into Chicago with a poly to follow. Chicago does not have a pre-grounding. Do the trick of this though, taking a G-Pie to the face with a fireball after. Alter time is up, as well as combustion. Trying to see if he can purge it. Chicago could be in a bad spot. There is a lot of damage from the combust. Not popping a wall here just yet. Sneaking in a heal in between. Needs to purge off those buffs as the wolves are on Blackout. Maybe need to get a slow into Blackout or something. Or maybe dodge, just maybe damage over time. Interrupt on fire. Blackout, I think, is in a bad side spot. The wolves, I think, got him. I think the wolves are just going to finish him off by themselves. One more bite. Not completely out in a seed pod, but there's no way Chicago is going to let that seed pod give rebirth to Blackout, dude. And down for the count, it goes. D-Claude is up next. Chicago has a trinket for this one. Trinket for that Convoke is a perfect answer, but D-Claude now got a 2-minute cooldown for, with a legendary, a minute cooldown. So D-Claude should actually be okay for now. D-Claude should actually be pretty golden versus Chicago. I don't think he should be in too much of a jeopardy, too much of danger. As Chicago trying to see if he can deal with D-Claude. That is going to be still Berserk running for D-Claude. Has a lot of damage available. Frost Wolves are joining the fight. Those guys do quite a bit of damage. And Chicago trying to go for a bit of a flesh cup, but cancels their own flesh cup, which might have been maybe a bit of a misplay. Declawed actually decided to stay in with Wolves and actually DPS him down. I don't know how much health those Wolves have at all. Do they even have enough to like stay kind of healthy? I really don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Gonna be Declawed getting another stun in Chicago. Hopefully he doesn't DR himself or DR Chicago too hard for that next Convoke, because he got a Convoke coming up very, very soon. Did use Tiger's Fury for this one though. So maybe in 30 seconds if he has Tiger's Fury as well as Convoke, if he just live long enough, which looks like in stealth he might just be able to. If we can just live that long, then he might be able to take down Chicago. Chicago in 30 seconds has wall though, so Declawed maybe might have waited a little bit too long. If he goes in now with full burst, then he's actually going to be okay. Did Chicago change up the Mog? I think Chicago's legit changing up the Mog. Big Convoke coming down, standing next to the allies in Chicago though. A couple rats did go out, didn't go damage in Chicago. Not the most amount of bites to take Chicago down, at least from what it looked like. And Chicago did survive that burst. The next one he's going to have a trinket for with a wall, has an interrupt, so he actually has a ways to deal with the Claude for now. That was a pretty big burst available, but I think just his position next to Team Chicago just sent a couple of rats in the other direction and maybe just has some wrong priority section to it, right? The Claude essentially just wants Chicago by themselves away from teammates, so all of his abilities go into Chicago, or either heal Claude as well. With a maim of Chicago, Declawed looking to get himself a bit of reset. The next Convoke, he's gonna have to basically plan the next Convoke is just a way to force cooldown Chicago. And then the Convoke after that, the second Convoke after the stun, might be the one that actually scores him the kill. So Chicago has a limited time to deal with Declawed. He just open it up, get in those roots, get in resets on Chicago, has himself the go if he wants to. And that's going to be Chicago trying to get an interrupt onto Declawed. The Ghost who's joined the fight, trying to go for a Cyclone. Maybe Grounding Totem. Does throw in, Cyclone into the Grounding Totem. Does Declawed have the burst here? The Ghost who's actually going to help Chicago split the Convoke damage if he does go in for it. Wall for the Feral. Does get a with Chicago. That's going to be immediate trinket for Chicago either way. Did not trust the Wolves to take a lot of those bites. If he had maybe a pre-Earth Elemental available, maybe that would have helped too. But that is going to be trinket and an interrupt out of Chicago. If he can somehow pre-wall the next stun from Declawed on that Convoke, then he might be okay. So because Declawed is actually getting quite a lot of cooldowns on Chicago. Earth Elemental out, no more Ghost Wolves, nothing else to help split the damage. If Declawed just gets lucky during that Convoke, he's golden, I think. Potentially. Sunder by Chicago, got Ghost Wolves back up and running again. He just needed to do the most amount of damage to Declawed. A big LE Blast doing significant damage. And regrowths are going to be up for Declawed just to get himself fully healed up, ready to go. Thorns Erupt should slow down the Earth Elemental, should slow down the Wolves a little bit. Chicago at least get himself a full Flash Cuff, so if Declawed does open up into a full Flash Cuff, he's still going to have himself a harder time bursting into Chicago just because that Flash Cuff just has so much extra health. Chicago used it while the Earth Element is up, so Declawed essentially needs to find a way to burn through the Flash Cuff, but actually might not have the time, and Chicago got literally lightning bolt zaps doing actual significant damage to the health bar of the Druid. Chicago's still holding onto the Flesh Cap, Sunder onto Declawed. I think he's just trying to wait. He is going to burn Convoke into Flesh Cap a little bit. The Ghost Wolves were joined at the last second. Wait, did those Wolves eat a little bit of that Convoke damage? They actually might have. I couldn't tell if he actually used bites or rats or whatever into wolves that were literally next to him, but Chicago's timing on those wolves was impeccable. Having the extra pets on the side to help soak up some of the Convoke damage, maybe RNG can soak it, but still massive play. So now Declawed has to wait again for another Convoke to force Trinket, and then again for the next Convoke to actually try to see if he can make a play. As we're getting into that 8-minute mark, 80% dampening, unless Declawed just decide, you know what, I'm gonna stop relying on Convoke, I'm just gonna find damage somehow, some way myself. Maybe before Chicago LE blasts him down to the ground, Declawed does give himself a little bit of a heal. Sundering, actually in a bad spot. Ooh, big zap out of Chicago, taking down the Druid. Kind of a long match there, but he does end up taking him out. Galena sent 5 bones as a dono and said, I need a second to translate it. Chicago, can you survive for a little bit longer? Can you not die real quick? Galena said, thank you for the streams. Always fun to watch. It's awesome to see what you do with the community against the duels. Yo, can we get a hashtag Galena in chat showing appreciation? wonderful donation. Thank you so much for the 5 bones. Appreciate you. Shackles and addiction on Chicago, landing the Hex and Kal-El, and Chicago holding their own while I'm having to translate a dono that was in full Russian. Thank you so much, Glina. Appreciate you. Can we get a hashtag Glina? Can we get a hashtag Glina, boys? Appreciate you for that dono. Thank you so much for the big 5 bones. And Kal-El tried to go for a shackle burst out of Chicago, but Chicago wouldn't just give it to him for free. Chicago's still with the wall. Ghost is available very soon. Kal-El holding on to the Vendetta. Trinkets are up for both of them. So this is actually going to be a pretty close match between the Rogue and the Shaman, most likely. Favorite playstyle so cheesy? Dude, it really is. It's one button playstyle, but like so many Pharaohs roll it. It's actually kind of nuts. It's really funny when it's just you one-shot somebody with it. But it's so cheesy, you're right. I can't disagree. Kal-El taking a bit of damage though. Trying to see if he can sprint away from Chicago into a kidney shot. Got himself Vendetta trinket available for Chicago with a Wallace. Kal-El got a Cloaker Shadows rolling. The Ghost Tools are in. I think the Ghost Tools do melee damage, so Cloaker Shadows isn't going to help him much. No evasion for the Rogue, so they actually take a full damage. Chicago's still with the wall. Blind Chicago. The Wolves are still tearing at the Rogue. Is going to vanish away from Ghost Wolves. And see if we maybe get a reset on Chicago. Vendetta was burned for that opener. It looks like Kal-El still has some kind of a dot rolling if he doesn't get caught out of stealth. With that dot, got him some flash cuts, so he should be a-okay. Chicago, I don't know if he could maybe throw down like a slow totem or something on him. But he had to just back up. Make sure to at least be fully healthy. He's going to sunder the Rogue's opener before the kidney shot comes out. Kidney shot comes in as Kal-El got himself calm points rolling. Dots are up. As we head in that 34% dampener. Quite a bit of damage to Chicago. Big Envenoms to fall for the Rogue. Ooh, massive Envenoms, even with the Earth Elemental. The extra health buffer couldn't quite do enough. The mirror open it up onto Kal-El. Unable to actually one-shot Kal-El. Wait, where did that convoke damage go? Trinketing out of that CC onto the mirror. It's going to be evasion for the Rogue immediately. The Rogue has nothing left outside of this evasion. So Namiro just needs to wait until evasion's down. And he might be okay. Big bite into Kal-El. Shadow step in, try to see if he can get away. Leapt in, and that's going to be quick shred taking the Rogue out. That was actually kind of a close duel. Flexing Hodge is going to be up next. Flexing playing out on the Retribution Paladin, huh? Get a shot. Hodge. Big damage on Namiro, taking him out. I think he actually died before the final verdict even killed him. Peachy looks like he's going to be up next. Peachy, my man, how you doing? Feral, huh? Are you Necrolord, Feral? Looks like he might be that. I think he is. Necrolord, Feral Druid. No Fleshcraft? Maybe he's trying to use Fleshcraft for something later. Maybe like go for regrowth in front of flexing, get interrupted and go for full Fleshcraft. Because that would be kind of helpful just at least for the 20% DR, right? Potentially. Flexing on a mount. Actually, Consecration. Looked like it was in a mount for a second. Peachy opened it up with full dots on flexing. Big old bite flexing. Going in with a war stomp. To try to see if he could get away from Peachy. Popping off a hand of freedom. Just running it from him. Just Forrest Gumping it out of here. Popping off a Battlemaster Striker with a sippy cup. Removing all the dots off of him. And now perfect opportunity to get a counteroffensive versus Peachy. Hodge, that's going to be Barsket out of Peachy. Does flexing have anything? Looks like that stun was pretty short after that war stomp. Still, Seraphim is up for flexing. Trinkets out of that stun from Peachy. Looks like there's going to be a Cyclone out of the Feral Jade. At least was able to hit a Judgment in. But flexing was getting himself a bit of a Seraphim goal rolling. It looks like he's just going to have to wait it out for a bit. Dampening is at 45%. Not a lot of healing is going to be available. Flexing tried to see if he can make some damage versus Peachy. Got the hammers rolling up. Final verdict is up. Peachy taking a bit of damage from the Paladin. But I think he's mostly okay. Berserk is up with Thorns and flexing. It looks like to back the hell out of dodge. Big old bite by Peachy. I was going to say might be a bubble out of him. But it looks like Peachy didn't even let him do anything. Ferrex is going to be up next. Another enhancement. This is a Ventir enhancement. Is that an enhancement shaman? Ventir enhancement? Is that what we're going to be seeing? Static Link Totem versus Peachy immediately. Popping off a sentence. Peachy can't go anywhere. Needs to take down the totem. He's going to go for a quick roll versus Ferrex. And that's going to be immediate trinket out of the shaman. Steel got full of sentence. Shackles of addiction up. And Ferrex actually can't really do much about it. He actually went line of sight. He did the opposite. He should have just kept doing damage. Now Ferrex did a bounce spot. Features Fusion versus Peachy. Got himself the smallest heal ever. Wall is up. And Peachy just goes in for the jugular. My God, Peachy just came out of nowhere. A bit of Wazoo see that boy indoors. It just came in and just slapping boys down, dude. Very well done, man. Very well done. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh my God, dude. That was so good. That's actually really good. Let's get another one here, boys, yeah? Let me catch up with the chat. Do an enhancement guide. I know a bunch of guys that would watch it. Keep Dalaran posted. I'll promote the hell out of that guy, man. Faye Rogue isn't as good as Necro or Venti. Kieran's pretty good with the Lego too. Faye, I feel like can still work though, right? Like in comparison, Faye can do damn. We've had some boys in duels that actually do like big damn and they're still Night Faye. Even though Night Faye isn't like the meta anymore. But it's still not, it's like far from bad. It's far from bad of a build, in my opinion. Especially if you play in the... I think it was Korean, you could do a really big burst with Korean. Like incredibly strong burst with Korean. Actually incredible still to this day. But like the mastery buff you also get with the Naya, the fact that it has like that extra trait now that's even giga buffed, it's far from bad, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Like if somebody wanted to play Night Fae, I wouldn't tell them like, oh, it's terrible, right? It's far from terrible. Maybe it's not meta, but yeah. Ready? Alright, flexing. Yeah, I don't really play my shaman that much to post a guide. It's not, I don't really post guides on like my alts, right? My alts are just there for fun. I don't really like try to main them like a main man rogue, right? When it comes to my rogue, I feel like I know that class like the back of my hand. I know exactly the gear I need. I know exactly the stats I need, particularly on outlaw. I don't know shaman in the same way, you know what I mean? If I ever got into a class that I was just super into, I'd be down to make guides on all of them, dude, honestly. Maybe I should do like some basic guides on some of the classes. Because I know there are some YouTube channels out there that do guides on one of every class. And I do play one of every class as a alts, right? And my rogue is a main. But maybe in the next patch, I'll really try to make a guide on every one of the classes. Like after doing research, but it will take research though, you know what I mean? Like actually playing them is one thing. Because I usually play them just as like, just for funsies, right? I was talking to Chicago? Oh, okay. Oh, you meant like an enhancement guide. Okay. Yeah. Might be. Yeah, I had no idea. Well, that basically makes my whole point mute, doesn't it? Been playing a lot of Necro and IMO. It is more consistent, but Night Fae is way more fun and cheesy. Yeah, my Night Fae is pretty good. Lots of people on Night Fae. Denmark main for 13 years, dude. Yo, let's go. That's commitment right there, dude. That's commitment. Alright, let's get another up and running. Switch. Another duel up, boys. I'm gonna take a sip. Ooh, we got a Shaman v Shaman today. Ferrix versus Chicago. Night Fae versus Necrolord. Nobody is a ventier in this hall. Gonna be Chicago getting a little bit of an early opener versus Ferrix. And as actually you can see the difference of builds. Ferrix playing Ascendance, but Chicago is playing the Ghost Wolves. Ferrix is playing the big one-shotter burst with the most damage possible, while Chicago is playing that Ghost Wolves really sustain. I like how Earth Elementals are back there beating up each other now. They end up taunting one another, now they're just stuck in a loop. Gonna be a Sunder, but Chicago sees Ferrix approach him with full Ascendance. I don't know how much longer he has of that Ascendance, but it's still quite a lot of bursts available. That's gonna be Chicago maintaining themselves for now. Ferrix just got himself lots of self-healing as well, but he's still somehow a little bit behind on health. Steven Rodriguez. Thanks so much, Steven. Can we get hashtag Steven in chat, boys? For being a long-time member of 38 months. That is a long while, my guy. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate you. Flash cut out for Chicago. Playing a many Soulbind? You must be, right? Because there's no way you can channel Flash Cup while moving as Marileth. Which probably have Marileth for like your Elemental Shaman or something. At least likely. Ferrix hitting him with a Sunder. Chicago bursting him quite a bit. Ferrix needs to go for a Traitor's Fusion. Got himself maybe a heal. Does go for the heal. Traitor's Fusion can be interrupted, but you can still get the heal benefit, which is crazy. Gonna be Chicago not trinketing out of that Hex. It looks like actually Ferrix broke his own Hex. Close duel between the two. Chicago's sustained build, I think, was a little bit more consistent. That's probably what let him win that victory, where Ferrix wants to go for the big birds, big one shot, and he couldn't quite nail Chicago down. Chicago just had to go for the little bit of kiting spree. Blackout is going to be up next. Big early blast up, and that's going to be actually soaked up into that shield. Trick it up for Chicago. Could go interrupted a greater blast. Looks like actually just got a G-Pie, and that's G-Pie is going straight into the grounding. And Chicago tried to see if he can catch up to Blackout. Going for the purges immediately. Get the flame shocks rolling and everything. As we get in towards that 2-minute, dude. 2-minute mark already, and we already got a man down. Over on team 2. Blackout get hit with a Thunder. Wants to go for some CC on Chicago. Landing the poly. Finally able to go for a setup with a G-Pipe. Potentially combustion into a Fireball combustion. Big Pyroblast flying. Chicago got wall and is going to be able to purge that combustion very, very quickly. as Blackout bailing out of there with a Soul Shade, playing up that Night Fae. Lots of cooldown reduction whenever he uses the ability. He's gonna go for a Frostbolt versus Chicago just to slow him down even somehow. Not a bad idea for mages that want to just get some sort of CC. The Chicago tried to go for a Hex from a distance. Looks like Blackout does not go for the interrupt, does not have an interrupt. And he can't decurse himself while he is already cursed with the Hex. So for Chicago, there's a pretty good opportunity to just kind of collect themselves and wait for cooldown. Maybe the Ghost Tools are available. Again, could use them. And Blackout already getting purged as he's trying to get himself behind the pillar. More purges, missing that breath versus Chicago, which is definitely going to be a setback for him. And Ghost was charge in. And Chicago actually chilling behind the pillar. Is going to try to see if he can connect to the other pillar. Throwing in the Primordial Bolt. The wolves are going to get frozen. Try to purge any buffs from Blackout. That's going to be G-Pie. Will not be able to make it. Try to see if he can blink in a little bit closer. Doesn't get a Nova to Chicago. And Blackout is kind of out in the open. LD Blast gets him real low. That is going to be cauterized. Does he have the shields? He needs to get himself shields. Potentially Ice Block here if he doesn't. It looks like Chicago bailing out. That is going to be cauterized into an Ice Block. Both cooldowns burned all at once. Normally this mage would want to get hit with a caught, put up triple shield, so at least you have yourself like a full health bar to work with. So instead of going for a caught into Ice Block, heal up to full, you'll go into caught, absorb the damage, you're basically full health, or Ice Block, heal to full, and then you're good to go. But he no longer has that option. Both of those defensives kind of down for the count. 4 minutes into the duel, big purges as Blackout actually going in for combustion, not even triple shield to overlap it. It got himself images, so at least there's a bit of a defensive factor to it. Quick Nova onto Chicago. But the Shaman's still charging in, dude. Still just unstoppable. Shackles Malediction. Chicago tried to go for a Hex. Blackout goes to interrupt it. And still a little bit of necrotics onto Chicago. Swaps out to Flesh Cut to at least give himself a bit of a shield. Quick Breath by Blackout. Looking for G-Pie. Not going to be able to get it through him. Quick Sunder by Chicago. Looking to get some purges onto Blackout. Yeah, for this mage, man, this has been kind of a rough match, honestly. Bit of a rough matchup. Looks like he has images back up. Should be using them in order to at least reduce how much damage is taken. Because those wolves by themselves are going to do quite a bit of damage. Getting the breath on Chicago. I think also clip the wolves with that breath as well. And the wolves, I think, are going to be the end of him. Yep. He has all the time, but once you get into the seed pod, there's not much you can really do. Wait, Chicago rooted back there? Wait, Chicago actually, unless he can take down the seed pod, I think Blackout is actually going to be able to come back. But all the time actually put him at no health. That's actually so unfortunate. He had health while in seed pod. And then all the time put him back to like no health whatsoever. That is actually super unlucky. I feel bad for this mage, dude. Extra unlucky. Chicago just needs one more global, dude. He's literally just AFK. He literally just waited for a global. Has he got Alien Blast? Is that what he's trying to do? Has he got Alien Blast? Is that what's going on? Interrupted him? That's actually BM, dude. That's actually kind of BM. Unless he's like giving him an opportunity to maybe catch up a little. I think it's BMing. I think he's 100% a little bit of BM. Because it's not letting him... That was a little BM. That was a little bit unfortunate for that mage, dude. But I don't know if he did really BM, dude. That was maybe a little mean. But hey, dude. Chicago was, I guess, maybe he was enjoying the victory there. I have no idea. 2 people down on team 2, and Chicago's still holding on strong. And going to the third competitor, Kal-El, as well. With the Earth Elemental back up for Chicago, actually should be pretty healthy. Ghostwolves are up versus Kal-El. He has a full flesh cap. Getting a shot on Chicago. Is that a Vendetta? No Vendetta, but the Envenoms still do a lot of damage. Kal-El has a ton. What kind of build is he running? Is it just the Doom Blades? Is it just Doom Blades and just the Flesh Cap lets him just stay in and really get the damage out? Basically PvE, the enemy down. Just shove into a couple of Envenoms back to back. That's actually kind of crazy. Actually kind of crazy. Gonna be 6 minutes into a duel, 11% dampening. Kal-El getting himself a reset, and Chicago looking for the eyeball immediately. And the Rogue got himself at least some positional behind the pillar, behind the tombstone. If only Chicago could send in their Earth Elemental at him. He is able to at least get a Flame Shock into Kal-El. Flash Cut should be able to catch a reset. The Totem is not going to get him out. Garrote opener, quick Sunder by Chicago, at least trying to deny him. The subterfuge opener by Kal-El. The ghosts are in. Gonna have to be biting through, chewing through the shield. Looks like actually did a pretty good job. Chicago got a bit of burst onto that shield. So is Kal-El. Got a lot of damage to Chicago. Wall his damage off. Evasion for the Rogue. Big blast towards the Rogue. Cloak of Shadows coming out a little late. But kind of Cloak of Shadows post effect. Looks like Chicago does not get chained. Kal-El going down. getting zapped down to the end, dude. D-Claude is up next, charging in. Stone in Chicago. Big Convoke. Does he get unlucky? Fear by Chicago onto the Convoke. He didn't even let him. He just went for a trinket. Big bite. Done. He wasn't going to let the Shaman recover. He's going to trinket that one if he has to. Yo, Chicago with that fear on Many. I see why he's running a minute now. Because if a rogue is getting you low or if a feral is getting you low, like the fear is just going to stop the burst. That's actually kind of huge. Actually kind of huge. Who's up next? Is it iFox? Is it Namira maybe? Is it Ragnar? I think it is Ragnar. They're just kind of waiting out to find out who's going to be next. D-Claude versus Ragnar. Demon Hunter using Spectral Sight does know where the Druid is at. Went in for a metamorphosis immediately though. But didn't find him. That early meta. Is he playing like a 2-minute meta or something? Is it just like eating the meta? Gonna be a stun. Trinket for Ragnar. But basically dead. Somehow survives with a haunt. Darkness down. Does he have enough damage with a haunt? Just get himself a little bit of healing. Try to go for maybe an interrupt. Another stone to D-Claude. With Glaze up. Another I-Beam backup. How is he getting an I-Beam backup so fast? Does he just have a legendary where maybe like I-Beam has a chance to just incur no cooldown? Is that what he's running? Up in the air with some bleeds. Just just airstriking D-Claude actually has the line of sight for it too. That ability doesn't really do much damage anymore, does it? It used to do quite a lot of damage back in the day. And Ragnar getting that stun around the corner, trying to see if he can charge up to D-Claude, hitting him with them glaives. Big leap by the Druid, bash onto Ragnar, and I think it's over. A big old bite. D-Claude had himself a very, very aggressive opener, but also so did Ragnar. I mean, he just went in with a full meta. Interesting. Is it iFox next? Is it maybe Peachy? We're just kind of sitting back here. Is it Amira? I think they were still trying to figure out like who's going first, who's going last with like rolls. Potentially. It does definitely give a D-Claude a little bit of opportunity to catch up on some cooldowns. I think he has everything available actually. You got all defensives, all the base offensives. The only thing we don't see is Convoke. It looks like iFox is going to be up first. I feel like iFox could have actually 100s marked him, couldn't he? It's probably good that he didn't. Gonna be a leap by D-Claude getting a stun onto iFox. He knows that the pet is nearby, not going for a Convoke immediately. I don't know if he has a Convoke or maybe he's just trying to save Convoke until later. Because you might just need to DPS the pet down, get a stun onto iFox, then go in for the big dam. I'm not really sure how you do it as a feral. Maybe you just like you trust that you're not gonna mess up a Convoke. Convoke coming out, actually doing a bit of damage. There's gonna be iFox getting a maim on it or getting a muzzle on it. Does feign death a portion of that Convoke, so the pet must have taken a good portion of that damage too. D-Claude got a roar, trying to see if he can cycle iFox. No, muzzle this time, trick inside of it. Trying to see if he can just pound the damage into the feral. And I think he might have him here. Kill shot away. D-Claude have no health. Down he goes. That is just a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage for him to deal with. Flexing, last man standing, has to go through 3 people, starting with iFox from Team 1. Hand of Freedom is up for the Pala, wants to go for the big damage, freezing trap. Maybe it's a good idea that he's eating those stuff early before he really pops off the big cooldowns. You know what I mean? As he got himself mattered up, the charge up still slowing down his Kodo. Trying to go, iFox trying to go for a bit of a port. Gonna be a, Shadow Meld as the Seraphim comes out. Hodge onto iFox, goes for a pet sack, gonna be a full wreck. I think that pet is probably gonna die through the burst. Quick stun by flexing, and iFox taking lots of damage. Turtle Shell was up, but the judgment was sent right before that turtle came up. Right before the judgment was already mid-air. Big Convoke into a Paladin who got himself full Shield of Vengeance. Not really doing the biggest damage to Namira. I would imagine that Shield of Vengeance would pop back in them, but I don't think Flex had wings by then. At least I don't think he had wings by then. Flexing super low in health. There goes the bubble. Better bubble this time than get super low. Trying to get some holy power off Namira, but a 42% dampening. It's gonna be pretty tough to get himself a bit of healing. Namira still holding on to a trinket. Wall still available, so you can just go win wall off and put on some pressure onto Flexing. I don't know if Flexing is playing blind. So if he's not playing blind, it's gonna be really tough for him to deal with Namira. Big bites out of the Druid. Trying to go for Shackles Malediction. Flexing, I think he has no answer for it, and I think it's over. Yeah, that's rough. That's actually kind of rough. Chicago came in with a really, really good opener. More healing than damage. Which I always find a little bit weird every time that happens. How is he healing more than he's doing damage? Actually, just a Live Lord McGee. And I don't think Chicago's playing any of the legendaries for... Because I'm pretty sure he's Ghost Soul, so he's not playing like an like a Wrestler Shaman Lego or anything like that. Crazy. Let's get on up and running, boys. If you guys want to do some shifts for Chicago or Flexi, if you guys want to switch some dudes around, get some new bodies in, you're more than welcome to. You mean to be the major was just trying to get some CDs? Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like it's reasonable to some extent. Just waiting out. Back for the next guy. Alright. Split pressure is Necrophero is nuts, dude. It's actually nuts, dude. It's huge. Never Druids into Oblivion? Yeah? You think they're too good? They're both just punching their keyboards until one of them falls. It's kind of crazy. The bleeds don't get dispelled when you don't like when you don't have self-healing. You just laugh at the screen, bro. Like, really? Too bad I don't see many Frosty is in PvP. Yo, dude. If we had Chill Pills here, dude, rest in peace, that man. Maybe Chill Pills will return at some point, but he had some RL stuff that he can't play the game. You need one more for a team of 5. Yo, Chris, let's get it, dude. Let's get it. I'm down, my guy. Seavark join him. If Seavark is around, I'll be down. Not against it. Wait till 9-3 when we'll have Immune on Blade Dances back. Really? Immune on Dances. That'd be pretty nuts. C-Root, you got a group? The team of 5? Yo, we got somebody new here. Yo, C-Root, my man. How you doing, my guy? Yo, do we throw over to Chicago or flexing? Whoever's ready. Where's our Seavark? I think Seavark is pumping arenas, actually. I think he's pushing right now. Or trying to get some games in. Is Nightfare Rogue good? It's not terrible in my opinion. It's not as common anymore, but they're really good. Like the mobility of Nightfare is really nuts. Both flexing in Chicago already, actually. Do we throw Chicago or... I think we throw Team Chicago because Namir didn't get a chance to play on that team, right? And then we'll throw maybe flexing versus Hero after. Yeah, if you want to play Nightfare, I think they're not bad. I think the damage of the Covenant ability is pretty decent. It's not super popular nowadays, or not as popular as it used to be, but it's not bad, right? I don't think it's bad. It's pretty far from bad in my opinion. Let's get Chicago, and we'll do C Rude 310. Get him. He has no target because I misspelled C Rude. I called it C Room. Oh. Now it works. Their Kieran's pretty good. Yeah, Kieran isn't bad. Yeah, Kieran Rogues are pretty good right now. Kieran Rogues, Vente Rogues, Necro Rogues. Nightfare is the only one that you don't see nearly as much anymore, but we do see him from time to time, and there's nothing that seems to be like, you know, like we've seen Nightfare Rogues. We don't see Nightfare Rogues in duels, for example, like coming in and then falling over immediately. In fact, a lot of them play really, really well. I think it's more of a personal preference, honestly. T-Rex streaming? I have no idea. I think he does maybe from time to time, but I don't really know if he has like a regular thing. The best thing about Frostdika is they just rip all the rogues out of stealth and BGs, but rogues kill them because they suck right now. Frostdika, dude, Frostdika are insane. Like when played right, they cleave so hard. Like in a 2v2 or 3v3, it's actually like insane amount of damage they do for 2 targets. I think that's the best is when they hit more than 1 target. It's when they cleaving things down because you know the chill streak bounces between multiple players. So I don't think they're bad. I think they're far from bad, actually. I think they're still the more preferable DK spec out of the 3 in PvP. So Twitch, we got ourselves John Michael in here over on team 2. We got ourselves Brett in there as well as Rudes. Rudix. Let's call him Rude. Is he still Xanda? I think he's still Xanda. It's hard to tell. Like, what is he? I think he is Xanda. As soon as this mounts, wait, immediate trinket, as it's going to be convoked, and that is a Xanda. We got us a Tegan on that team as well, a TikTok fan, and Rude's already taking a big damage out of Namira. He's just giving him the big old kitty surprise just in the opener. Now I get an opportunity to like even figure out what the hell is going on. He's managed to pop cooldowns immediately. And Rude's trying to continue the pressure as best as possible, slamming down the hammer. And Namira got himself berserk rolling. No, a lot of big defenses, just bark skin real quickly. Popping back in the cat, trying to see if he might be able to continue the pressure as the wings are down for the Paladin, so that's a lot of self-survivability. But the Paladin continued to just slam the final verdicts back to back. Got himself some Mortal Glories available. Namira kind of low in health, looking like he's going to back up a bit, leaping away as the burst from the Paladin is looking a little bit staggering. Get it? Sag leaping away. The mirror taking a bit of hits right now. Could be a wall right here. Might be an bounce on bash onto Roots. Does he have Convoke to follow? Does he just have a random Convoke? Bear form friends of regen. Just needs to play it safe for a little bit. Wall is up with Thorns as well. Roots is going to go for a bit of Horde of Glory. Holy Power Regeneration just to maintain himself. Eye for an eye is up. So the mirror definitely does not want to stay too long around Roots. Trying to go for Shackles of Malediction. Can the Paladin stop it? Does have a Hammer Justice for it. Gonna Shackles of his own for Namira. Can he stop it? Does he have a Bear Roar or anything? Is gonna go in Bear form. Maybe a Guardian Roar. Does get the real quick roar. Convoke the Spirits while in Bear form. I don't really know if he heals him that much. I don't really know what the Bear Convoke does. I feel like it did nothing. Maybe it healed, but he just had so much necrotics that it did nothing. Namira, not in a great position. Could be a really bad spot for him. He's getting at least some calm points here and there. Able to get some regrowths in. Roots could be in a bad spot. Looks like maybe the Pharaoh's turning around. Roots got himself Word of Glories. Should be able to stabilize. And Namira is not in a great spot. Roots got wings. This could be really bad. Namira and the friends at Regen maintain himself. Has a trinket for the next Hodge. Quick bash into Roots. Try to go for regrowth. And Roots has a trinket as well. No rebuke to interrupt the regrowth. As Roots wings actually was a proc for wings, wasn't even real wings. So there's something to watch out for. Namira did not pop trinkets, or really, I guess he didn't really have defenses to use at all. Thorns as eye for an eye. It looks like it's going to be double damage for the both of them. Namira trying to go for a bit of setup with a roar with a Tiger's Fury. It looks like I actually decided to back up immediately. As soon as he saw that Roots' just health is not going anywhere, he needs to begin himself a bit of a catch up. And Roots just kind of chilling. I think he's just waiting for a big Seraphim go, maybe. Does he even play Seraphim? I don't think Roots is the kind of paladin that plays Seraphim at all. Getting those slams onto Namira, just getting the good pressure. Hodge is up right now. Trinket available for Namira immediately. Needs to go for as much healing as possible. Maybe Bear form. Try to see if you can stay aggressive with Roots. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance. This is where you want to play defensive. Convoke into Shield of Vengeance. Going to get rebuked. Still continuing some pressure. Namira's in no health whatsoever. And there's going to be a slam down by Rude with a haunt. With a random left field haunt by Ragnar. And Rude, I think, went for Word of Glory instead of a bubble. Press the global just to be like, you know what, let me try healing myself. And I'm dead. He just didn't give him a chance. He had him in his sights the whole time. TikTok fan is going to be up next. Shackles of Addiction. It looks like Ragnar is just dead. It's just over. He has no health at all. Maybe he can get some back while in demon form. Darkness is up. Maybe they'll give him a defensive, getting booped out of there. And a big old kick by TikTok fan. Man, just kind of came out of nowhere. Just linebacker tackled him down, dude. Didn't give the boy a chance. That's actually so unfortunate. Looks like iFox is going to be next up as a hunter. Dropping up some traps for... I don't really know if that trap is going to... A trap is literally on top of the box. TikTok fan getting dotted up. Not really letting iFox get a setup. Wants to get a melee with him as soon as possible or line aside him completely. Got a flesh grip behind the pillar. iFox unable to interrupt it. So TikTok fan walking in with full defensive, full massive shield actually on him. And a freezing trap is up. iFox might want to maybe reposition towards the boxes because that's where he has all his traps. It looks like actually going for CC onto TikTok fan, but breaks it afterwards. Likes to buy the monk. Got himself Boneless Brew up and running. Does he have the proc versus iFox? Got himself images. There's going to be a quick harpoon. Does TikTok go for a big setup? Fist of Fear flying. The steel trap stopping in place is at least going to get himself some Vivifies. Looks like he didn't get himself the spinning crane kick or anything while in the Necro Lord. Big Karma is up. And it's going to be a quick disengage for iFox. Board for TikTok as the shield breaks, and iFox maybe going for a camo. I think TikTok, yeah, he's trying his best to make sure that the camo does not go through. Zuen is up, has himself a no images? No images, just as Zuen and the Big Fist of Furies. iFox is a freezing trap waiting for him. And actually traps the monk perfect. The train gets out of instead. I think he's just ready to take out iFox. Quick in cap. Running Dragon Punch top with stun onto TikTok fan. Looks like the Zuen is attacking the pet instead. Freezing trap is up. It's going to trap Zuen. iFox needs to find a way to get the hell out of there because he has no health whatsoever. Quick camo. Oh my god, that camo. No way. I held my breath for a second. I wasn't sure if he's actually going to be able to get him or not. I mean, he knows, the monk knows where he's at. Quick live sweep. Does he just take him out right here? That camo was so good. Boneless Brew is up into his kick. Just taking him out. My god, that camo was so good. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. But TikTok fans still got him, dude. Just spinned on top of the boy. Just ballerinaed him down. That was close, dude. That was so close. Gonna be a stun by Peachy, trying to get a big opener to TikTok. But that's going to be a quick in cap and talk to try to see if he can get the hell out of there. Peachy got the full swarm on him with Thorns up and running. And the monk just kind of waiting it out. He doesn't really want to walk up next to Peachy. I think maybe wants to go for a full flash cut before he really commits some damage into the druid. Or maybe just waiting for cooldowns. It's going to be Fist of Fury flying. I think he's just trying to see if he can fish for the spin and crane kick procs. Cyclone trying to see if he can get it out of there. No interrupts by TikTok. Interrupt onto the flash cap. Cyclone is going to be full. Goes for flash cut himself to immune the Cyclone. That's a good play right there. As Peachy looking to back the hell up. Maybe get himself a bit of recovery. TikTok fan is not letting him go anywhere. Wall this off as Peachy has nowhere to go. Quick roll onto TikTok until Lexi. Peachy trickles out of it. Check his malediction. Can Peachy max range it? Does get to break the chain, but his health is actually still under a lot of pressure. Stun onto TikTok fan. Peachy trying to see if he might be able to make something happen here. Thorns as well. Big bite on TikTok. That's going to be some dots rolling onto the monk, but he's okay. He's AK for now. Zuen is up. Wants to get some pressure on Peachy. Slow him down with a Fist of Fury. Zuen is up, but that's going to be the spinning crank to take him out. I don't know if there was a bone dust breather or not, but man, Team 1 is just kind of disappearing little by little, huh? Going away pretty quickly. It looks like Chicago just kind of walked up to TikTok. I don't know if he wants to go for a bow or not. But the monk's starting off really aggressive. Rolling Dragon Punch, quick fear by Chicago. Wait, is it a touch of death phase? Wait, this could be actually really bad. Is it over? Chicago trying to maintain themselves by just running away from the monk. Wall is up, trying to heal himself whenever he can. It's going to be the Draenor Racial Oath. Karma by TikTok, just burning off the defensive. And Chicago is able to recover. I think the monk still is holding on to touch of death. Is that what he's trying to do? Just hold off touch of death for Chicago. Quick flash cut out for the shaman, able to move with it. And the monk bailing out of there. Slamming out Vivifies just to maintain this health bar. As we're getting into that 8-minute mark. 19% dampener. I think it could be anyone's game, really. TikTok did burn a Karma, so for about a minute, he's not going to have a pretty big defensive. He does have diffuse magic. And granted, Chicago, a portion of his damage is magic damage, but it is a shaman either way. And he has a shaman, so it is a melee. So maybe you could diffuse magic some of the damage from Chicago. But this man's got mobility. He's literally not even letting Chicago touch him. He's got the dragon kick across. He's got the port over to the other side. Got himself a defensive. That's going to be Chicago popping off cooldowns, and so is TikTok fan. Rolling Dragon Punch while images are up. I don't think it was able to do much damage to Chicago, or just barely breaking into the Flash Cap shield. Flash Cap up for TikTok. Actually had to cancel it because Chicago's next to him. Dude, try to go for an interrupt. It looked like he almost didn't even go for an interrupt on it. Just like walked at him, faced him, and walked away. But Chicago's trying to stay in ghost as much as possible. Walling his damage off as the monk got up as a fury. Looks like he's going to back up a little bit. Chicago trying to see if he can walk at him. Try to hit him with a capacitor to him to stun him. Going to be a ring of peace. Big elemental blast onto the monk. But he was able to at least toss Chicago out of the side of the arena. So far, this monk is really extremely clean. Trying not to fall behind even an inch over Chicago. Just being proactive as best as he can with his cooldowns. Quick karma as the doggies are up. He doesn't play good karma, so eventually going to be able to burn through our karma, and he's not going to have any healing. Going to be diffused magic for Chicago, versus Chicago. And the shaman is under a lot of pressure. Big fear onto TikTok, who goes for a trinket, trying to get another touch of death on Chicago. Does he get to Zwen is up? Touch of death does go through though. And that's a 1v4 by the monk. That's actually kind of insane amount of damage. Brewmaster Monk is just really insanely good right now, huh? Really, really good. He played that clean, dude. He played that so clean. Oh my god. He knows that if Chicago goes Dumans, well, he's cooked from HP. I don't think Chicago even played Dumans. That's the thing. I don't think Chicago played Dumans. I think you would have seen the Dumans buff when you drop down the Wind Fury. So, I don't know. Maybe. Ready to go against the other team. Yo, Flex, get ready. We could probably throw C Root's team versus you real quickly. I'm down for it. Yeah, dude, that was a lot of damn, dude. Monk as a Necrolord. Not only is it the best for PvE right now, but it's also really good for PvP. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yo, Flexing, let me know if you're ready, my guy, or if you have a team. Like it's broken. I don't try to name something broken too early. I will like. There's been times when it's like, you know, it's great for like a clickbait video of like, oh my god, it's so overpowered. It is broken, but like nowadays, like when I back in Legion and WoD, I used to call a lot of classes broken or busted, but like you called anything broken or busted that was like really good. So nowadays I'm trying not to throw in something that's overpowered or broken or busted, because I feel like people hate that, right? People hate when you call everything broken or busted. So I try not to call classes broken. I think monks are strong. As for broken, I know that they did have a bug that was actually broken. They had a bug where, as your images are like, your Stormwrath and Fire is what I mean by images. Yeah, the bug is pretty. They fixed the bug by this point. You do Rise of Sun kick and Badoom. There's a bug. Chill does it. So the bug you're talking about probably is where you have Stormwrath and Fire images, and you go for like, let's say, spin and crane kick. Let's say you get a spin and crane kick proc. You got a bunch of debuffs. So like the spin and crane kick is gonna do a lot of damage. As the images are about to disappear, as they're like, you know, half a second before disappearing, you go for a spin, and then as the images disappear, for a quick split second, they go from doing like 40% damage, because it's supposed to be like when you split yourself, you do 40%, the images are 40%, like a split. Instead, they do like 100 for like a quick second while they're spinning. So that bug got fixed actually yesterday. Yeah, I seen a clip of Venruki taking a look at Trill's gameplay. And he was like showing that, like, what's it? It was basically like looking at, let me find it on Wahhead, the actual post itself. Where is it? Wouldn't walk among Sylvanas bug. There we go. Yeah, so you, like, Venruki was looking at Trill's gameplay, and he was like play by play for like a Twitch clip. It was like, he was talking about how Trill does you abuses the bug all the time or whatever, and it was like showing like, okay, see where the what is it, the images are, and see where Trill is waiting to spin cranky. He has a proc, he's been holding on for a while, and is waiting until the image is just about to disappear. Then he cues it, so there's channeling, and as the image is like disappearing, it's like he's doing like, you can kind of see someone's health bar, right? Let's say it's like starts from here. Like, imagine this is someone's health bar, like when it reaches 0, like they're dead. So this is the images, the damage they're doing. He cues the spin crane kick. It's doing a bit of damage, bit of damage, bit of damage, bit of damage, bit of damage. Images are like, in the last few seconds of expiring, it's like, boom, boom, immediately. Like, it was doing damage. And it happened so quick. So it's like something all of a sudden just spiked the damage up. Like, he was having really good proxy already, but it's like towards that later part, it spiked. So he was looking at it, dude. I went night fair. I'm gonna delete my Roxanne. What? I just made a Gloomblade Lego at AKY. Yo, play with the Gloomblade Lego. It's actually pretty good. Play Gloomblade Lego. I think you'll have fun with it, dude. Try it out. It's pretty fun. But yeah, the resulting issue was Stormwrath and Fire Spirits could deal increased damage with their abilities during a small window time when they were returning to the monk and the fire duration expired. So I guess they are... It's just such a weird ability. It is so buggy. Monks have always been buggy class. I don't know if Flexing is around. Flexing, let me know if you're here, my guy. Otherwise, you might be done for the night. But it's like a cool idea of like, hey, you know, you split yourself. You know, like the monk Zen split yourself into like multiple images, and they have like weapons, and like they had different hats or whatever. Like, it was a really cool idea. But what you're essentially doing is you're spawning temporary NPCs. You're taking your damage. You increase it by like 20%, and then you're splitting it 3-way amongst you and these images. And then when the images go back on you, you're supposed to go back to 100% damage increase. Because I think with monks, I think they either do, like, when you split yourself with someone with 5, I think you either all do 40% or like 45% damage. But you do more damage, but it's split between you and the images. So like if one image attacks one guy, you attack a guy, and all of you are doing like AoE damage or cleave damage, you're evenly cleaving damage at an increased rate to everybody, kind of, right? Sorta. But if you're like all focused on one guy, that is you do more damage than you would normally do by yourself. Or like if they focus on one guy, you attack another guy, then it's like 80-40 split, but it's still like really, really good damn. I guess what I mean is like, it'd be like a 33-66 split, because like, you know, I guess what I'm thinking of it in terms of like stacking percentages of damage. Because when you do press Stormwrath of Fire, you are doing more damage, you are doing more healing. I just can't quite remember if it's like 40%, if everybody does 40% damage, or 45, or what was it nowadays? Maybe it's 50. But yeah, they could change the class, name it Bug. Honestly, yeah, monks have been the buggiest class ever. In Shadowlands, beta and alpha, and I believe in the other expansions, they've always been buggy. Ever since Monk's inception, they've been a buggy class. Roll was always buggy. Storm, Earth, and Fire was really buggy. Before it was like your main big cooldown. Like, I feel like when monks need to take all the mechanics that could be potentially bugged and just go the other direction. Like, monks in OMP had the playstyle of the brews, the Tiger's Eye brew. I think they should go back to Tiger's Eye brew. I think they should find a way to make it all about Tiger's Eye brew. I feel like maybe Celerity, keep that in, but remove Storm, Earth, and Fire, maybe. Because Storm, Earth, and Fire is just such a buggy ability. Find a different way for monks to do damage. Storm, Earth, and Fire is really cool thematically, but there's always something about it that needs to be fixed. Every single patch, every single expansion feels like, right? Like, monks for the longest time in last season were actually doing more damage than they were supposed to. What was bugged? Their spinning crane kick interaction with debuffs, and also their images. They had to nerf it, where their single target damage was kind of hampered, because basically the more targets they had in AoE, the more damage they could do to the boss, while also having good AoE. And then they had to nerf it a bit. Monks is still really good, and now it's just continue being buggy. Targets that was close from Earth is annoying to use. Yeah, like I think it's cool thematically, right? A monk can split themselves and be everywhere at once, but it just does not work well. Tiger's Eye brew was like, I think like a rampy build where you build Chi, and then you maybe look up the Missa Pandari version, but this is just going off of like what a fuzzy memory that I have mop. I believe it was a playstyle where you spending Chi, build up stacks of Tiger's Eye brew, and then you can spend those stacks, like the more stacks you got, I think increases the damage and duration of Tiger's Eye brew. But it lets you like line up, cooldown, and then you have these stacks, you pop Tiger's Eye brew, you do more damage, or maybe it's like you do more damage and you're likely to crit. I don't remember, but it's basically like a buff. You would stack it, and then you would use it. So while other classes had like popping cooldowns in the opener, I'm a rogue, Shadow Blades, or Vendetta, slamming the boss, monk would be like, okay, I need to stack up my burst a little, and then use Tiger's Eye brew, or maybe they could use Tiger's Eye brew, like stack it really quickly, use it, at least have some sort of an opener, but then the next burst after whatever, 2 minutes or whatever, was going to be better damage wise. A lot of people like that burst because it was a buff to manage while you have like Storm, Earth, and Fire doing damage to like cleave, because it's mostly an AoE ability, it didn't increase their damage. But you had like, I believe Zuen, you had Zuen and Tiger's Eye and mobility and like a hit and run playstyle. It was really just about building it up, and once you stacked it, you had like a very, very specific rotation to burn someone down in PvP. It was a nice lockdown with the Fist of Fury stun, leg sweep stun, the whole thing. But negated armor too. I guess, yeah, if it negated armor as well, like I think it would, I mean, it would basically be like a fine weakness. I think it would be weird for a player to be like, wait, in the opener, like, I just don't remember their openers, what they did in MOP. Like, what was an opener for Monk? Did you not have burst in the opener, basically? Maybe like with Zoen, and then the next time you have, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if, like, the current WoW player would enjoy the playstyle of, oh wait, I don't have burst in the opener. Like, a rogue is a Vendetta, Fire Mage is Combustion. As a monk, I got a first stack of my Chi, then pop a Tiger's Eye brew, then I could do damage. It might be, like, weird, but I think it'll be better. Or maybe, like, incorporate it. I guess they could make Tiger's Eye brew boring, which I don't think they should, but they could make it, like, every 2 minutes you have Tiger's Eye brew, it makes you bypass armor, you're more likely to crit, and you do more damage. And that's it. And just to remove the whole stacking element out of it. But I think they should keep the stacking element done. It was a ramp. I think it'd be fine if there was like one ramp class, right? Some classes are not really rampy, but I think it'd be fine for a monk to be kind of rampy. Question down, I'm sitting at 1800 rating and it's dropped to 1793. If I buy the item from a vendor, I can upgrade it to 5 out of 6, but I have to hit it at 1.8 again. You can still buy it. I think there's like a 30-point safety net. When you hit 1800, you can go down to 1770. Anywhere below that, you lose that privilege of the 1800 gear, but I think you can go drop down to 1770 and still have the safety net. I think there's like a 30-point safety net. Yeah, unless they changed it. Because maybe they did. Remember the beginning of the Shadowlands Brewmaster monks? Could touch his death, you had like 38 HP as long as the tank monk had more HP than you, it's the death. I don't remember, no. I actually don't remember that. Was it in the alpha or the beta? Maybe I just was so focused on like PvEing, I didn't notice it. Af and Shadow are rampy. Yeah, I guess Affliction and Shadow are rampy, but like Affliction, like right now you can put up dots with Dark Stone stability. You pop your... No, well, yes and no. Like dots, rampy. But Affliction Warlocks at least have like bursts they could use in the opener. The opener would be opener with a hunt, dot, I think maybe the third dot with Siphon Life into a unstable Affliction with the Dark Zone stability, pop Dark Glare, and then Malefic Rapture spam. So they have burst in the PvE opener, and then afterwards their dots will just continue trickling damage until you have 2 minutes back up. Shadow Priest, I got Night of Slayer for the guild. Yo, this guild is popping off, dude. You got Night of Slayer. Let's go, boys. Big data issues achievement here. Shadow Priest also have Void Eruption in the opener. So you'll get your dots in, you'll summon your pet, and then you go for Void Eruption. And then you got Mind Blast that you can spam with DPs, because you're getting a lot of sanity, and Void Bolts. So you do have bursts like every 1.5 minutes. Like you have a button that you can just use in a boss opener. Yes, they are kind of rampy of like you need to get resources a little, but it doesn't take much to get those resources. Because while in Void form, you have 2 Mind Blast charges, you have Void Bolts constantly, so you should always have like a DP to throw down as soon as it's like about to fall off. So, and with PI, like you're blusting too. I guess Monk wouldn't be that bad, because like with a Bloodlust, right? It would maybe go build up common points, like it would go for Jab, Black Hook, Jab, Rising Psychic, Jab, Black Hook, Jab, Fist of Fury, activate Tiger's Eye Brew, do whatever damage you have, but then the next burst is going to be better. Very similar to like Shadow Priest or BFA. If you're talking about Shadow Priest or BFA, then that can work. Because Shadow Priest or BFA, opener, worthless. Next burst, amazing. Next set of burst, even better, because you ramped, and it just kind of like got better. Kind of like how Arms Warrior, I guess, like in the opening you have some burst, but then during Execute you're really hammering home. It'll be maybe similar to that. Necrolord Arcade, I need to just try it at some point. Like if you ever get tired of Kyrian, I want to give Necrolord a try and play all 3 specs. I think it'd be kind of fun. Use Shadow Strike and don't get a stack icon. Make sure you swap your conduits. If you're not getting the Shadow Strike's conduits, go and swap your conduits real quickly. I don't have conduit on this card, so I can show you. But swap your conduits. Go to like a rest area, swap conduit, swap back, try it on a train dummy or a player, and see if that works. Or if you have the tomes to change sounds, you can swap it like that too. No safety net. You can just do it. I hate 2100. Sanctuary 100 is still able to upgrade. Really? Wait, Chicago, is that true? Is that like maybe you hit that for that week? You hit 2100 for the week, or what is it? Or is it just no safety net? Like once you reach a number, that's it. You can just get gear upgrade to maximum 1800. How does that work? Chicago, how does that work then? That's weird. Never mind then. That's an better get up for a show, gigs, Dalaran, GG. I better get up for a show, GG's. Yo, Jared, thanks so much for coming by. Thank you both so much for coming by. I think we'll call it here. I wanted to see if we can get C-Root into another game, but I think Flexing is done. And Chicago got to play him. So I guess we're good. I guess if you're turning 100, it doesn't affect you. Maybe it's like achievement based. Chat, anyone know how the whole rating gear works? Or are you saying like once you hit 2100, it's like the highest, and there's a bit you just have it forever? Oh, for that season. Could be that you just have it for that season. I don't think they ever had anything blue posts on it, but it's gonna be awful. This expect everyone has to demand burst, and the classes that don't are at the bottom of the pack in PvP and PvE. Well, no, actually, I feel like in this expansion, even a sustain-based class could do a lot of damage. Like, I feel like burst classes, yes, they could do like some really cheesy things, but even like heavy sustain classes have been able to perform really well in Shadowlands when it comes to PvP and PvE. Yeah, like I guess we could look at like logs, right? See what classes are performing well. In a sense, all classes have some sort of a burst button. I think like even if monks had like the Tiger's Eye Brew thing, Tiger's Eye Brew is the burst, I think it'll still be fine. Demonology Warlock, Affliction Warlock, they have burst. Arms Warrior, you have opener, damn, but mostly you big on executes. Feral Druid, they have burst. Sub-Rogues, definitely burst. Ellie Shamans. Do Ellie Shamans really burst, or do they like sustain? I feel like Ellie Shamans don't really burst. I feel like they just have high sustain damage. Just throughout the whole fight. That's the build that I play. I think. I mean, I guess the Fire Elemental is kind of burst, but like, I never really felt like in my heart that Fire Elemental was like big damage. Frost DK, they have burst, but it's like breath. Demon Hunter's Metamorphosis, which is burst in a sense that you can I-beam a little bit more often, and your Chaos Strike's turn to annihilates for a long while in the opener. But it's still the same ability. It's kind of like more intense sustain in a sense. Does that make sense? It's like more intense sustain damn. Fear Warrior, bursty. Marksmanship Hunter, pretty bursty. Assassin Rogue, Vendetta. Beast Mastery. Is Beast Mastery bursty? I guess of the Night Fade. Survival, not really. I'd even say survival sustain. Unless they're like big Mongoose Bite and just like all damage in the opener. Like most classes are pretty bursty actually. But then what about Fire Mages and Frost Mages? Or Enhancement Shamans? Because those are pretty... Oh no, Enhancement are more sustain based, aren't they now? For PvE. Pretty high sustain to me. Yeah, it's like high sustain, but like really intense sustain, right? For a short moment, which is a burst in a sense. Like it's a moment where you do more damage than you normally do. But they also can do that intermittently with just I-beaming. So, unless they play Momentum. And then it's a little different. But then that defaults it towards the, yes, you have your demonic, but then you have the momentum, which momentum you have throughout the whole fight, kind of. So you could have mini bursts in between. But like Fire Mages, like they're really bursty and they're not doing super well in raids, at least in the logs. What about heroic logs? Sub Rogues, Arms Warriors, Assassin Rogues are at the top. Then Boomies, Arcane Mages. Yeah, heroic logs are a little different. It's like where people are starting to cheese as much damage as they can, right? Pretty cheesy, dude. Pretty cheesy. There's a lot of Beastmaster Hunter logs. I thought no one played BM. There's a lot of logs for BM though. A lot. I guess in the worst rate for BM. There's just not a lot of numbers. Survival Hunter still has the least represented, 11,000 logs or so. Them and Affliction Warlocks are like the least played. Jesus. Wait, what about Mythic? I want to see what the, you guys can see it, but I want to see who has least parses. Okay, Survival Hunter at 300. Outlaw Rogue are getting up there at 2,500, but still really low compared to like 32,000 Boomies. All the rogues are actually in a lower number. 10,000, 8,000. Outlaw Rogue is behind at 2,500 though. Damn. No one playing my favorite boy, Outlaw Rogue. Damn, dude. Has another Gloomblade damage Lego? They have not. They haven't even touched it. It's still really good. It's still really, really good. Dude, there's only 20 Outlaw Rogues that killed Guardian of the first ones. I got a blue parse on it. Damn it. What about Painsmith? Yeah, they're pretty awful. Not 16 Outlaw Rogues that killed that. So there's less Outlaw Rogues that killed Painsmith. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's really bad. Really bad. Compared to Heroic, dude. Man. It is kind of sort of early-ish in the season though, so I guess I can't really say much about it yet. Yeah, can't really say much about it just yet. Alrighty, boys, we're calling it here. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry for taking a little bit of time towards the end of the stream. Just kind of whatever. Well, BM damage profile is on a 45-second timer. You can BM every 45 seconds. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're not bad, I guess. Well, this class you mentioned to have at least a position in PvP and PvE. Well, BM are pretty popular. Do they have like a lot of people playing? Actually, where can you see like representation of X class or Y class in arenas? Is there like a website that can show you like how many people are playing what class? There's no really way of seeing it. This is back to Venti Friday. Good to see you, Birds. Hope you're wondering because hope you have a wonderful weekend to G Funk. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, they now have not touched the Gloomblade Lego at all. I don't really know what is there to really touch. It's really cheesy burst, but it's not like literally one-shot burst. So, I don't know. I don't really know what they can nerf it, really. Like, what is it to really nerf? Right? But yeah. Alright, boys. Calling it here. Thanks so much. You guys are beautiful. Always fun hanging out with all of you. Thanks so much for joining the duels, man. Hope you guys had fun. Doing more duels next week. Tomorrow is the day off. We're just going to be kicking it back. Chilling. Prepping for the Monday. Prepping for the Tuesday. All that good stuff. Getting my alts out of the way, most likely. Just getting all my keys done. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you boys on next stream. Oh, Steven, my man. Move you here. Beautiful. Alrighty, boys. You guys take it easy. Alrighty. Alrighty. Peace.
Keep it to yourself for one.